things that you need to do when you put video content out there? I feel like there's something, you're like, there's something.
I'm just thinking, I don't do videos, but why? What would you need to know?
What's stopping, yeah, right,
I was
like
gonna say,
what's
just
in the way of that?
You know, quickly, how to edit, yeah, everything. Not gonna do one more step or something that doesn't quite do what I want.
Right,
Good software programs or that type of thing,
right,
apps that I need to be edit or do whatever,
right,
that kind of stuff.
yeah,
The
and
mechanics,
yeah, do you feel like you're good at editing videos?
I don't do them.
Right, and so there's this whole like can of worms that opens up when we think about creating video content. Now, let's say you figured that out, you know how to edit, you know that your camera is going to record for enough time, you know how to figure out the captions. Now it's time to record, getting on camera. Now what comes up?
Stage fright for me. I mean, not that I've hardly made any videos, but stage fright, knowing what to say, and we're concerned about making a good first impression. I mean, you only have a few seconds to really connect with someone and make an impression.
Yeah.
So.
Right,
They want to
right,
get to know you.
yeah, right. And how do you do that? How do you let them in on who you are?
You gotta be comfortable with video. Know what to say and be sure about it.
How do
Absolutely.
you capture their attention first in order to keep them on? And then how long is too long?
Right, like, do you have a hook? Are you capturing their attention within the first few vital seconds of the video, or are they just scrolling on because you're not relevant, or you took too long to get to your point, to where they, you know, there's nothing that's keeping them there. Yeah, so here is like what I could kind of quickly put down what I went through. Because back in 2017, when I was promoting my real estate business and started doing videos, I would go into complete overwhelm. There could be a day or two just planning, what the heck am I going to say? And then there was like, could be a whole day in just recording a video and take after take after take. And then it was editing, having it all come together, taking this part from this video, because I said that's so good over here, but then the ending over here and getting that together. And it was painstaking. And and then on top of that, in which Rachel can speak to, with the algorithms and social media and the different platforms, everything is always changing. The landscape is always changing. And to keep on top of that is exhausting. And so I've learned a lot in my time of putting out video content. And what I found is what you said, it's about being comfortable in you, who you are. There's technical things, but you can really keep it very simple. And so.
And if you're not comfortable, people are going to see it.
If you're not comfortable, you can read this. Exactly. People know, like I have some jitters right now in me. I feel like I need to jump just because I had so many technological snafus at the beginning of this. So I'm letting it go. But my energy is showing, okay, and I have to let that go and be real. And that's what video requires, because it's about connection. And so it is, it comes down to two things. In my opinion, it comes down to your message and then your expression of that message. Hence my term, engage me. Your viewer is wanting to be engaged. And are you able to bring those two elements together? So regardless of what platform you show up on, what apps you use to record your videos, what is your message and how are you expressing that message? And that's what I'm here to talk about today. And I had to back up a little bit too, because this is going to put me at ease here with you all that I just met today. You guys are my guinea pigs. You're my guinea pig right now. Yeah, thank you, Kelly, for arranging this. I have just revamped this whole presentation because when I was going out to brokerages and wherever I was going, delivering this talk on video, it was overwhelming because there is so many things. There's so many things to get caught up on to the point of doing nothing. And so I say that because I'm going to be stumbling through this a little bit because you're my first time going through it. Okay. Disclaimers out of the way.
Don't worry.
Okay. So why does video induce nervous jitters, anxiety, fear?
Live,
It could be, or it could be recorded.
right, but even then, in the same sense of, you know, you only get that one chance to record it. Or, I mean, like, you have to do it all back to back smoothly in that video.
Yeah, there's a pressure of putting yourself out there.
The video, it's how you look, it's what you say, as opposed to just a post that you put on Facebook, you can always go back and
Right,
edit that. I mean, with the video, it's how you, it's what you say, it's how you look. and
right.
There's so many other components.
You to be hacked, your evidence as being one.
Can you? I don't know. That was a clone. It was AI. It wasn't really me.
There's so many more components to it other than just a simple post.
Right,
And
right.
people like you more, not less.
Just not knowing, you know?
Not knowing
Am
what.
I saying it? And how's it look? I mean, there's so many, all those little things that you just put out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all.
right. Well, another thing I want to compare to is how do we feel about public speaking? I mean, not we, but just understood that the norm is people fear public speaking, and I have to keep looking to make sure I'm doing this right. That's what video is. If you're putting up, and I'm not talking about being on a Zoom call where you're interacting with people and you see their faces, or you're doing FaceTime. I'm talking about you create video content, whether you're doing it live or you're doing it recorded and putting it out there. It is a form of public speaking. So that is why I feel the fear is gripping, because we are exposed. And it's even more, well, it's more than just public speaking if you're being recorded, but it goes on. When you're speaking in person, you're speaking to the people right here. And now, of course, we have virtual connections, meetings. But video, obviously, I mean, does anyone disagree that video is not the best way to market your business today? Anyone?
Really?
No, it's.
It is the best way.
Yeah. I asked that question a weird way. Do you all agree that video is the best way to market your business today? Okay, let's clean up the double negative.
I love you already.
Yes, okay. Love you too, Rachel. So it's just important to understand that. If you're having a fear, it's because it's public speaking. You're putting yourself out there. And here's the difference, though. What I have found is that the difference is video is intimate. I know lots of public speakers who get on the big stages and deliver these messages to a sea of heads, and they do it with confidence and poise. And when it comes to video, they can't find their footing. And the reason for that is because it's an intimate conversation. It's not, I'm talking to a whole bunch of people. So if you get on camera and say, hey, everybody, it's not connecting. And that is the through line here I want you to remember. When you are using video to market your business, it's about the connection you are creating on the other side with your viewer. So you use the lens to connect and breaking it down to message and expression. Any questions? Okay, so what happens? We put ourselves out there, we're the real us, and we're exposed and we're vulnerable. And one thing we know is that the more we reveal who we are, it'll connect with the people who really love us. And so you'll find the more you are, people are going to be like, oh my God, I love her. I love him. I'm going to follow him. And then there are the people, the more you show who you really are going to say, oh my God, scroll, thumbs down. And that's just a part of it. And it's accepting that that is what the landscape is. If you are a leader in your business, then you stand for your business, you stand for your beliefs, and we'll get into that in your messaging. But you have to just accept the fact that there are people out there that just don't care for that. And this is another big common denominator of what I believe in. If you come from a standpoint of abundance, not scarcity. When I first got into scarcity, when I first got into real estate, I felt that the industry in a whole was very scarce. Like, this is my piece of the pie. You can't take, this is my neighborhood and I'm farming here and this is mine. And what I know, and I hope that you all understand that, and if you don't challenge me, when you come from a place of abundance, you know that the more you put yourself out there wholeheartedly and just true to who you are, people will self-edit. They will come to you if you feel that connection, and they will repel if they don't. But the numbers are plentiful. There are so many people out here. And so know that, because I've been through trainings before where it's about, you've got to get everyone to like you and you've got to appeal. But the thing is, if you're bringing in somebody who is complete opposite, that transaction is going to be the longest, most painful transaction of your year, right? I mean, you been there where you know that this is not your person, but you went anyway because it's a paycheck, it's your life. So I get that. But video shift is letting go of trying to please everyone. The more you are just who you are, the more you will connect and you'll get traction. So just a thing on vulnerability. That, vulnerability is scary. It's putting ourselves out there and you're like, where is this going? I don't know who's watching this. Does this even make sense? Anybody even care about what? Because you second guess. I did. Second guess. I don't think I'm giving the right information here. I feel stupid. I'm totally not myself. And it's the more we are vulnerable, it's through that vulnerability path is how we build connection. And I need to back it up for a second to share a little bit of how I got to where I am.
Oh my gosh, so cute. Look at all that hair.
I was so outgoing when I was a kid. I would just talk all the time. I was so everyone was my best friend. I was so shy. I was like probably the shyest kid in my school. I always gravitated to the girls who were like, and they'd raise their hand and they were smart and outgoing because I really wanted to engage. So I'm a shy person. And the difference is I was not an introvert. Shy is more so someone who longs to be a part and doesn't know how to. So I spent my whole 51 years at this point coming to where I am today. And I want to fast track your time to this comfort and speaking and communicating on video or on stage or whatever you want to do, but that's what moves your business. And I know the fear is out there about what people think and the haters, that the negativity seems to rise up to the top in our minds more than the positive. But this is something that I saw that it really lights me up.
I love that.
When it comes to walking that walk of vulnerability and putting yourself out there. Like I called this morning, I said, hi, Rachel, you don't know me, but I'm talking at your brokerage today. And I did that because I needed to connect with her. So I was relevant here. And then of course, like, we can't stop talking. And I'm like, we need to get on with our lives. Okay. But it's like, now I have a new friend that I just met this morning. And it's like, the more you put yourself out there, like things just start opening up. And so focus on the positive and let go of the naysayers and the haters and all of that. They will always be there. Amen. And so now it comes to what is engage me. Very simple. It is no acting, which when you don't act and you just allow yourself to be who you are, you burn less energy. I mean, of course, when we're on camera, we have to bring some extra energy, but when we're on camera being somebody who we're not, that requires a whole lot of extra energy that is not sustainable. So it's no acting. You get to be exactly who you are. You talk the way you normally do, and you share your expertise, and you bring value. So let's get into it. ME, message plus expression. This is at the core of every video you do, regardless of where you are at, regardless of how the algorithms change. As long as you show up grounded in your message and the expression of that message, you will be consistent and build trust. Okay, so crafting your message. Now we're gonna get into like the worksheets and just, jot down notes and I'll point some things out that I left blank because I know that there is this hand writing, this brain writing, what is it called? The connection when you actually write something down, it kind of stays, even though you may leave here and toss the paper later, the fact that you wrote some things down that got a little bit kind of entrenched into your brain. Kinesthetic, thank you, kinesthetic learning.
Well, you can count on Bryce, he's got all the words.
Okay, thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Bryce.
He's a troubled people.
I-
I was a troubled person.
Well, you-
I still have that.
I know.
Okay, so crafting the right message comes from within you. When I started in real estate, I didn't know what to talk about or what kind of post to put out. So I just subscribed to some sort of thing where they said, here's what you tell people and here's what you put out. But I was a brand new agent. I wasn't connected to any of it. I had purchased houses myself before, so I had that experience, but I was taking information that wasn't connected to me. And so what happened was there was a disconnect in what I was taught, what I was saying and what I felt. I wasn't woven into the message. People can feel that. People can feel if you're not walking your talk. And so conviction, number one, when it comes to crafting your message. And I hope this, if you're not already aware of this, but you said something, you have to know what you're talking about. You have to, it's taking that a step further. It's what are you convicted about? What do you feel so strongly about in your business? What is it that like lights you up? And I know maybe it's making lots of money, but that's not relatable to your audience. What is it about the industry? What do you do well? What do you stand for? How do you protect your clients? Figuring out, and if you haven't done that, when you haven't really thought, I don't know, I just do my job. I just know this is how I work with buyers and this is how I work with sellers. And I know how to do my job well. And that's how I was. But you got to spend some time thinking, what lights you up about what you do? What makes you smile? What angers you to no end? Those start forming your convictions. And when you believe that you can do something about those things, now you've got the secret sauce. You've got that formula. You're like, listen, I know I can make a difference here because I am so fired up about this. And that's how you weave you into your message. And that's part of the expression where the emotion comes in. So there's a quote from Ed Milet, if you guys know him. He said, it's not important that everybody believes what you're saying. What's important is that they believe that you believe what you're saying. Okay. So what are your convictions? As this is fresh in your mind right now, if there's something that's coming up, write it down. This goes into your video content today or tomorrow.
Up and share.
Hmm?
Do you want them to share?
Yeah, I have some examples, but what's coming top of mind right now? What are you like, I love this about what I do.
Teaching people.
Teaching people, connecting with people.
And she's got a great idea that she needs to do too.
Care to share or no? Not now? Okay,
It's in the
All right.
writing stages.
okay. Let me throw out some more. Making it possible for someone to find and purchase their dream home. When you close and they get the keys and you're like, here, and they're in, and whatever you do with the balloons, and they're like, oh my God. Like, isn't that rewarding? Does that light you up? How about when you represent your sellers, you never leave money on the table. You are a sharp negotiator and you know that you protect them always. That is the conviction. And when you express it, it's felt. Maybe you're passionate about providing relevant news and info on home ownership to your past clients and staying top of mind to them. That long after the deal closes, I'm there because I know that things come up in home ownership. And I'm there. I don't leave them after I get my check and walk and go on to the next client. Maybe you're passionate about your longstanding career of being a trusted source. Who said that over here? So you did, being a trusted source for your past clients and their families. And there's agents and who's helped generations of families.
Yeah.
They're like, they're my go-to. Like, go Rachel. Yeah, my niece, like, hey, go to Rachel. Like that's a beautiful thing of connection too. What angers you?
Nar? No, seriously.
Yeah.
She was talking about what angers her and like the passion, right? And the passion between that, right? Do we believe that both sides are entitled to representation and both sides, for the agent side, are entitled to a commission because they both sides work hard? Okay. What are we talking about, guys? Come on. I want everybody to say something. Sarah, we're gonna start with you. We're just gonna run down the line real quick.
I want this to be fun and not anyone be put on the spot, but
Yeah.
here, like, how about like unprofessional or unethical agents that are giving a bad name to our industry?
What I really like is that I like educating, especially like first time home buyers
Mm-hmm.
or people who haven't bought in a long time,
Mhm.
you know. I like facts and figures and that type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's going on, data, I like data.
I think it'd be the data.
that, and then here, when it comes to content, that's a huge umbrella. And you can have endless content. You're like, I'm the data lady of real estate. And here's, and you can get fired up. I can't, I'm not a numbers person. So I'm like, oh, but it's important to know the numbers.
Yeah.
And you just follow your own passions and your own convictions. And when you create video content on the things that light you up, people feel that.
Right,
That's awesome.
go.
Just owning, using whatever, how it transforms lives. I'm
Oh,
on a lot of
no.
She's tough, man.
But
Who are you trying to protect right now?
who am I trying to protect?
Our elderly community.
Oh, okay. There, okay, all right, that's.
That's your big,
Just that they have the maximum amount of time to spend with their family, no, those days. That's
Yeah.
just it. That real estate does not, is off their plate. They can have that moment, those last years, blessed years.
I love that.
Love it.
That's gorgeous. Because the way, like you said that, I know that that's not fake to you. I felt that in you. Thank you for sharing that.
How am I supposed to follow that?
You make our job easier.
Yeah. I guess one thing that I'm passionate about regarding real estate is I really like being an expert on something that's important and relevant to somebody. So earning that trust and when you kind of like feel that moment with your client, when all of a sudden they're like, Ken knows what he's talking about. Like Ken is like gonna make sure that like it gets done, that it's efficient, that it's smooth. And so I guess the thing that I really like is making that moment, making that impression and you know, being the expert, the go-to resource for your client.
Right, right. And that, like, I wish that you guys were all on camera as you're talking and
Yeah.
talking about your convictions, because you just get real. Not that you're not real, but when you talked, I felt it.
Right, you're beautiful. You're.
Wait, shoot, you
Oh,
already
yeah,
did though.
you said education.
I got you.
Are you not passionate about growing your
So,
agents?
yeah, no, that's literally first on the list is coaching agent partners, empowering women to achieve their goals, do your goal too, and financial literacy, a big passion.
Say the thing about the women. What is it about helping women without reading what you have?
Like just with, I guess there's like such a community among women. As I've grown as a kid, it was like competitive and not supportive, and then just getting into the right community of realizing people want to hear you and like your vision and dreams are meant to be seen and heard and created, so.
And that is so, like, you wove yourself into that as you explained it. And you did it very naturally, because it's natural. If you're going to tell someone why you're convicted about something, there's some story, there's something that draws you into it and connects your heart to it. That's beautiful. Like, I hope you guys are writing this down, everything you're saying, because this is the stuff, that is video content.
All right, Mama, you raised a beautiful daughter, so you've got to have some.
I give credit to her father as well.
On that, my passion one is with, veterans, because I am a veteran, but I also, just like everyone else, I mean, like, I enjoy what I do, but I see that I'm very passionate and driven when it comes to the inspection. When I'm on an inspection, like, that's really like where I get most of like the
You get
feedback.
butterflies with the pincers?
Well,
Yeah, so-
I don't like writing the benefit, but just
So-
going on the inspection.
You just identified too, what lights you up is helping the veterans, and what, like, where you get fired up is in representing them, because you have to protect them. You feel that duty to protect them.
Jason,
Mine is, I'm a problem solver and I'm a valuable resource.
I'm not feeling it.
Oh, okay.
Jason.
Well, okay, I'm
You
a
gotta-
problem solver, I'm
Here's the thing, the second part of this is expression.
Yeah.
And what I picked up on there is your nonverbal cues where you're shaking your head back and forth.
Oh,
I know I'm picking on you right now,
okay,
remember that confidence thing?
yeah.
It's in there.
but it's okay. You've been put on the spot, so we'll go to the next, but
Good call.
it's, and I want to tell the guys this most importantly, it's not a sign of weakness to show emotion. It's actually a sign of strength. And you think about the best speeches of all time, there is emotion in them. That's what perks people's ears up and they feel it. So I'm just being tough on
No,
you,
it's fine.
but you're driving home a point for me, so thank you.
It's what I need to hear, not, it's not what I want to hear. So no, I
Right.
totally understand.
Right, I kind of cut right
Okay,
to the chase on
I appreciate it. So-
Got it, got it.
I'm like old school. I absolutely love selling. I swear I could sell anything. I'm not kidding. My whole life has been selling,
Mhm,
selling stuff.
mhm.
So I get super passionate about whatever it is and I get educated on it and then I can sell it. I really like to sell stuff. It's crazy. I mean, when people like say you're such a good salesman, I'm like, yeah, I take it as a compliment. I really do.
That's awesome.
Because it's not, are you just selling? You're really, finding that, like we talk about all the time, the relationship and the connection, but like uncovering what they don't even know that they want,
Right,
you know?
right.
Pretty cool.
And as you communicated that, you were nodding your head the
Yeah.
whole time. You're like, yep, yep, yeah, not to pick on you, Jason, sorry.
Right, so
What's that?
I was nodding it the other way. So, yeah.
Okay, anybody else want to share? I don't want to put anyone, that's Rachel's job, put you on the spot.
Yeah, I know. Aiden, did you go?
Yeah,
Oh, see.
yeah, I'm back here. I'd say the most important thing to me, I guess, what really got me into real estate was the investment side and also learning things and just gaining knowledge. Like every time I come to the office, I leave there with something like a little new piece that I have to kind of throw in my back pocket. But I really think the biggest thing that got me into the business was the investment side of it and also kind of the independence of working for myself in a way. Because from the time that I want to say early high school, little story time here, I was in class and my teacher had asked me like, oh, who out of here, everyone is going to college, and I was the only one that didn't raise my hand. And everyone thought like, oh, you're gonna be a bum, just, homeless or whatever. And that kind of motivated me deep down where it's like, I want to work for myself because my father built a business from $10 and it's one of the #1 companies in LA for catering. So I kind of
That's-
watched him build that from the ground up. So I kind of wanted to do something that myself,
You put that in a video, it's about me video, and you put it out there, and you show your heart like that? Oh my God. Like,
Actually, like I'm teary because I know
Like,
the story of like.
that is so
when-
beautiful.
That's awesome.
Oh, thanks, guys.
That's awesome. Seriously, write this, remember, like, this is part of what you talk about. This is like your anchor. Because there's all kinds of stuff that you can talk about. And this class is not about what it is exactly that you're saying, but it's just fueling you to find out where you are in your message. And your message is just, it's not, like I've always heard, it's not about you, it's about them. Get over yourself on video, just put it out there, get the value out there. And you are absolutely a part of the message, because if you don't have any credibility, who the heck is going to listen to you? You are a crucial part of your message.
So what are you passionate?
I'm passionate about people like that little girl that I showed, who don't feel they have a voice and they feel overwhelmed, and they look at social media and they feel less connected, and they want to get their work, their value out into the world. And I want to help them do that and do it real. They don't believe in being fake. Fake's not sustainable. So,
We need a shirt with that name. Maybe it's not sustainable. Am I right?
there's another quote. It's like, if you, about being fake, if you just tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
Yeah.
It just becomes a lot easier to tell the truth and be who you are. And then you actually connect with people. And wouldn't you want to connect with people that actually connecting with you because of who you're being real? They love you for exactly who you are. Okay, Kyle, you didn't say anything. Are we gonna pass you? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's why you're standing back there. All right. Okay.
I really like, just thinking about it, everybody was talking, I really like protecting people. So they go through the real estate transaction and there's so many pitfalls, and I think about FISBOs and things like that, and sometimes I think like, these people are really susceptible to being taken advantage of, and then sometimes I'll point out things, like I just had a transaction recently, it hasn't happened yet, I don't have to sign, PR yet,
Mhm.
but that's because he took the deed down with his mom, and they transferred names, they said, hold on, let's put this on hold and talk to your accountant first, because you might be subject, like, I'm not gonna give you any advice, but you might be subject to 39.5%,
Capital gain.
capital gains
Yeah.
tax, and that's gonna equal $200,000, so. And he was there, like, they're trying to get it worked out, but they're just so grateful.
There you go. That's how you protect. That is what you're convicted about. One of the things you're convicted about. And again, there's endless content there, endless about what fires you up. But anyway, I think everyone was put on the spot. Okay. But the main thing is like, where is it, like, that energy and that passion coming from within you? That is what the message is. That's where the message for you. It's not like, okay, what's relevant today? Let me go online and see what's relevant in real estate. No, you make it relevant. You talk about what's relevant to you. Who cares what's on the news? I mean, you can talk about that as long as it's connected to your convictions. Okay.
We have one more.
Oh, good one. That's right. No,
You're
you put me on the
welcome.
spot. Like, let's go, Rachel.
Okay, my conviction is, I believe, I love clients, don't need them. I love agents. I believe that we need to be poured into, and that our market center needs to come from service over profit. And if we do that, the profit will come. And so I'm dedicated to dumping into agents and anybody around us to growing their business selflessly without asking in return. I know God will put food on my table as long as I'm just doing what you guys need. You know, as a person. So, yes.
All right. That's awesome.
Do we all feel connected, guys, a little bit towards that? Okay, thanks for being vulnerable.
Okay. Next component of your message is bringing the love. Showing the love for the people that you have helped, the people that you are going to help, and showing that in your communication. A lot of times we create video content and where does our thinking go? Like, okay, am my camera ready? How's my background? What the heck am I saying? Where's my script or my bullets? And we lose sight of why we're talking and providing a message on video in the first place. The whole goal is to provide something of value to them. Yes, it has to come from us, and we are much more impactful when we speak from our convictions, but it is for them. It is giving it away. It is making sure it's understood in a way that they best understand it, not in a way that makes us look good. Are you getting on camera to benefit your business, or are you getting on camera to help others? I mean, of course, it all comes together in the end, but your focus and your energy and your attention needs to be on giving the love, that value. As a communicator, we are relaying information, but effective communication is relaying it in a way that they actually understand what the heck we're talking about. So we're not using big words and industry terms, and we're talking to their needs and making it simple. Giving them something, just something so little that they can just benefit from. They will continue to check back, they'll continue to watch your videos. if every time you show up, they're like, oh my gosh, like for me in public speaking, John Maxwell is one of my big idols. He, for a while there during the pandemic, he would put out a weekly minute-long video, and it was called Minute with Maxwell. You seen it?
Yep.
Every single time, if I couldn't get to those emails, like you just like delete, 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 up, don't even open that up because you want it to be there. I would absolutely sit and invest 1 minute every single time, whether I was watching 3 of them at once. So much value in those videos. You get to be that. So don't think, oh, I have to go on and I have to talk for 5 minutes and I have to say this. Just bring the value, bring them the love, help them. You help them and you show that you care. That's what perks their attention. They'll remember that. And then with video, they may share it because then that makes them look good because look what I'm sharing. And you just see, it just keeps going and going and going. I will tell you, I've been putting out video content for several years now, and you never really know who it is that's watching the videos. Like I have a lot of family in Pennsylvania. I was back there one time and a cousin said, oh yeah, I see your video. You're doing a lot of videos. And I thought, what? Like she's never engaged once. Because I would know if my cousin said, even a thumb up, nothing. And it's not that she doesn't want to engage. It's just people are busy. But people, it just keeps going. And so think about that value that you can put out there. You guys have tons of it circling around your head right now. Video, it just goes out there. And you never truly understand the impact of it. Okay. Message number 3, third component is be you. And I know I've talked about this in terms of conviction, but there are certain aspects of being you that I want you to jot down. Remember, number 1, it's be genuine. Be genuine to who you are, how your family knows you, how your friends know you. Just be real. Like it's the exact opposite from walking into a networking event or to a party where you don't know anybody and everyone has to warm up little by little. On video, that goes away. So you just bring you and let them in right away. They get to see exactly who you are. Congruence is another very big lesson for me. And this is why it was a struggle for me early on with video. It was that I would get on camera and I look professional, my blazer, my hair is good, and I talk and I use good volume. I have my lines. I would say things the right way. And then I'd mess up or something. I hit stop. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't. Or I'd like, Luke, did you not do the dishes yet? I told you to do the dishes. I'm like, okay, all right, hey guys. And it was just like, I was back and forth and I was spending so much energy on trying to be something that I wasn't. So are you the same on and off camera? I will say, I don't think anyone is at the beginning, but it's something to strive for. When your clients watch a video, because you're going to put out video content now on a regular basis, and when your future clients get to meet you for the first time, have that experience be, wow, I feel like I already know you because you were exactly like this in that video. Exactly.
Oh, when they quote you back.
Hmm?
When they quote you back. Oh, you said this or.
Yeah. And being true and genuine to you is, if you're not like me, I guess because I was shy for so long, I'm like, blah, like Rachel, like I'm like, I'm loud, I'm expressive. If that is not who you are naturally, then don't be that way, because then that will look fake. Vulnerability. Sometimes, okay, hang on a second, quick side note. Kelly said that you guys have I mean, I was trying to do this within 50 minutes, but.
Yeah, you're in my social media class, so it's 3 hours.
Okay. So I'm like, I have a lot more to cover still. Okay, so anyway, vulnerability, just, we already touched on that, so I'm gonna skip on. Be humble. Here is something, and I spoke a little bit about this in the beginning. When I first got into real estate, I didn't have any realtor experience, but I had to put out content and base it off of my 3 like transactions. Like I would, find information and relay that, but I wasn't connected to it. It's important to just get it that real estate is a practice. Just like a doctor is a practice, a lawyer is a practice, so is real estate. Realtor is a practice. Nobody has all the answers. We learn as we go and we get smarter as we go. And then we're able to protect our clients so much better as we go and we learn. But if anyone who's starting out and you feel like, I'm not connected because I don't, it's just know your strengths and know your weaknesses and be quick to admit your weaknesses. If you're quick to admit your weaknesses, no one can ever stump you. And I'll show you how this looks, because I had another career in pharmaceutical sales. So I'd have to go in and educate doctors on a particular disease state that I sold a product for. And if the physician asked me a question about a study or an outcome, finding, whatever, that I didn't know for certain, I wouldn't say, I don't even know. I don't know. I would say, let me double check on that. I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right information. If you say that, if you use things like that, then you can talk about any topic. Like, it just opens things up, but just don't feel like you have to have all the answers. That's what stopped me. So if that shows up for you, just know, like, you know a lot. Don't talk about the things you don't know. And if something comes up that you don't know, let me double check on that. Of course, it has nothing to do with video, but it is just knowing that it's a practice. Okay, video is intimate. We already talked about that. You're speaking to one person. You're close. You're sharing. You're emoting. The only problem is they're not emoting back. You can't see them. You don't know what they're doing. They're not nodding their head saying, I agree with you. They're not looking confused. So you have to stop and back up. That's a skill. And I'll go into that a little bit when we talk about nonverbal communication, but it is an intimate conversation. So what I say to that is just act as if you're talking to your spouse, you're talking to your best friend. And when you look into the lens, as I'm looking into the lens now, it's like, you just,
Like what I look into.
yeah, maybe not that like that. Depending on the type of clients that you want. Yes. And so,
Break the gate.
if you were picked up on the recording that Rachel said, when I look into your eyes. And so it makes sense. Okay. Let your personality shine through. All those weird quirks you have, the way you smile, the way you laugh, and let them come through. People want to see you being real, not being poised, not being professional. They want to know you're a real human because there's so much fakeness out there online. Okay. So I mentioned John Maxwell, and this is Jamie Kern Lima in her new book that I forget what it's called, Believe It. But and I fully believe in this quote, it's like, if you are authentic, it doesn't mean you're going to be super successful, but it will hurt you so quick if you are inauthentic. Even when you meet with someone for the first time, if they don't get a good read on you, I mean, inauthenticity is killer. And so what John Maxwell advises that every time you're about to talk on video, ask yourself, is this something that I know? Is this something that I feel? Is this something I can do? And if it's yes, green lights, then this is you being authentic. Okay, so lastly, we have, the recap is your message is all about your audience, but your message starts with you. Bring your convictions, share the love, and be yourself in that message. I hope that helps you, and we'll have Q&A at the end of this, but I hope that helps you kind of at least just let go of any hangups you were thinking about when it comes to content. It's all unique to you.
Do you have any tips for them if they are struggling to find what their why, their mom, and something moment is? How would they?
There were some questions. It is just being observant of your emotions. And this is going to be learning about yourself, like keeping a log, maybe your smartphone, having notes or something where you're jotting things down. Have you journal? Jot this down. What fires you up? What do you get excited about? That's what I would do. So literally, whenever I would have just a charged up conversation with someone, I would go into my car or wherever, the closest place where I was completely alone, so no one could see or hear me. It was usually my car, and I would just turn my phone on selfie mode on me, but I wouldn't look at myself, because when you look at yourself, it's a whole other can of worms. But I would just repeat my part of the conversation that I just had. And maybe it was a female empowerment conversation. We're like, you need to do this, is so exciting, whatever. And I would just record myself. So I would remember the content for later. And I also knew that in the moment when I was super charged up, that's what I looked like. That's eye-opening too. I was like, oh my God, I do that. The thing is, that's why the camera throws us off, because we see ourselves and we're like, oh, all of a sudden, because my husband always makes fun of me when I'm doing my hair in the mirror, or I'm doing anything. He's like, I have a face, okay? We're always going to show the mirror the best side of us. And so that's what happens when we get on video. We want to just see the best, we want to see the best side. But when people love you and you're out connecting with them, you're not looking at yourself. You're just free to emote and express. And sometimes you do things that look really funny, and you wouldn't do them if you knew you did. And there's things that you can tweak. Like I would head bob a lot in my earlier videos. My husband's great. He likes to point out all the things that look stupid. And I'm like, no, I don't. And then I realized, I'm like, yes. And so that's the part, like we talked about this in the beginning, like when I gave my first talk to a networking group, I was like, what? Because someone recorded me from the back, and I was like, oh, I love my content, but I'm like, oh my God, Janie, stop jumping all over the place. Just stop waving your arms. And so while I still do that,
Don't look at me while you're
I
doing
I toned it down. I just toned it down. I'm just aware of it, but I still stay true to who I am. Like I'm just meeting you for the first time, but this is who I am. This is how I talk to my friends, my husband, and my kids. Well, I'm a little probably harsher with my kids, but this is who I am. And it's very freeing and liberating when you can be exactly who you are all the time. All the time. You don't have to wear any armor. Okay, so I went over my time. Okay, so next is expression. So expression is broken down into verbal and nonverbal. So there's a lot with both of those categories. I'm going to go with the things that I feel are like among the top 3 to not overwhelm you guys. So verbal is the communication, verbal expression is the definition, is the communication in speech or writing of your beliefs or opinions. Again, the message is coming through your filter. It is your beliefs or opinions. And like Ed Milet said, it's not important that they believe you. It's important that they believe that you believe what you're saying. Yes. You have to be aligned. And if you don't know that, then spend time on that, because that will make you stronger just as a communicator, as a person. Like these are skills that you take everywhere, not just on video, in all of your communication. Okay, so number 1 under verbal is your pace. When you get on camera and you are speaking, you are not speaking at one speed the whole time. And I know a lot of people do this because they use teleprompters and it's coming at a certain pace. I hate teleprompters, just so you know, don't use them. Don't read. Don't read. Don't read. Don't read. Don't read, because not only, well, there's always tricks to that. If you're far enough away from the lens, like they really have a hard time seeing you reading. It's when you're up close. But when you read, you are not connecting. You're reading.
People will know you're not real if you're reading.
Yeah, I mean, people have to really train. There are professionals that are really good at reading, they've gone through extensive training, and it's just, it's so much better just to speak, and you can do bullets. So that gets into a whole other delivery on camera, but your pace gets to be mixed up. You get to speed up when you're passionate about something, and then you can slow down when you really want them to hear what it is you're trying to tell them. That draws them in when you're speaking slower. And it gets them excited. There's anticipation if you're speaking faster. So mix up your speed. And overall, keep the through line calm and in control and not spastic the entire time, unless that's true to who you are. All right, the next one is volume. I will say in a technical aspect, audio is the most important component of video. If people can't hear you, you better have captions, like what we mentioned over here. But if people are struggling to hear you, you lost them. So that's the technical side of video. But when it comes to your speaking voice, again, just like pace, keeping the pace, like moving the pace, go fast, slow it down, be intentional with your words. When you come up with your talking points, like draw circles or highlight it somehow when they say, I'm going to go slow right here, or I'm going to get loud right here. People like it needs to be intentional, not an afterthought with your volume. And it speaks to your passion. Okay, the last part is pause. Just pause sometimes. Just pause. And this is one of the hardest things when it comes to speaking and getting on camera, especially you mentioned going live. When I went through it, and I just did that thing that I used to do when I went live for the first time, was we're uncomfortable if we're speaking and we're holding, like right now, I'm holding you guys captive. I'm talking, you're sitting, you're like, when is she going to be done? And to not be filling up the space with noise can be like anxiety producing.
Okay, remove it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And people sense that, and people know. And so if you're talking and you have a lot of filler words and you're filling in the silence with, yeah, but you're not saying anything, don't talk. And play around with it, because really you get good at using the pause when you play around with it and you feel what that feels like. And you know what? This is part of the hacking confidence thing that I love. I know it's very controversial when people say, fake it till you make it. Oh, you shouldn't fake anything. You should be true to who you are. And I believe in you should always be true to who you are. But confidence, until you really have your footing, there's so many ways to hack that. And when you speak loud and you're not feeling it, that's not communicated. It's communicated that you are passionate. Or if you want to land a point and you really want to draw that point home, that you need to pay attention to the numbers. That if you're listening to somebody and all of a sudden they stop talking, you'll immediately remember what it is what they said last. Even if you were checking your phone, dozing off, you know what they paused on. Okay, let's move on to nonverbal expression. And this is how we naturally communicate. So first we have your face. Our face communicates. I've shared this many times, but when I first got started in video, and not if anyone's doing this, I'm not this was just me, my personal story. I was using Botox because I didn't want any lines in my forehead. I wanted to be professional. I wanted to look really good on camera. And then COVID hit and I didn't want to go to a doctor's office. I was like wiping down Triscuit's boxes. It's ridiculous. But one of the best silver lining things for me, and I'm sorry, I keep getting on the other side of the camera video, was that I let go on this need to freeze my face. And not everyone's like this, but because my face is naturally very expressive, and I probably use every muscle in my face when I talk to really get my point across. I was cutting off like my hands. Like I also expressed, it's like I was losing that ability to communicate authentically. And when you're on camera, and a lot of these videos that we do on social media, we're up close with the camera. So your face, show sincerity with your eyes, keep contact with the lens. The lens is the eyes of your viewers. And when you talk, every time you look away, and it's natural to look away too. You don't want to be, when you're talking in person, you don't want to stare at someone the entire time. The average, the experts say somewhere around 70% of the time, you want to zoom in on their eyes. The rest, you're kind of looking around. And when you're speaking, it's natural to look off because that signifies that you're thinking about what you're saying. But your resting point always needs to come right back into the lens. And you have to look into this inanimate object as if it's a person looking at you. And that requires some acting and getting used to. And once you do the reps on that, it becomes second nature. And that's how my relationship with the lens now. I can look into it and like I know that there's people going to be on the other side and expressing through the lens and always keeping that contact there. And just imagining how they're emoting back to you. Okay, next is your body. Generally, what's best if you're doing video is that people can see your hands, which is even more ideal is if they can see your elbows, so they can see your full gesture. A lot of times when we create selfie videos and it's just our head, we're only working with this and our voice and our energy. It's so much more impactful if you get back and you're using, so because your hands are part of what help to draw the point home. People are visual learners, and most people are visual learners, which is why I have to have some video, I have to have some slides in addition to what I'm saying, and then I'm acting it out. It's just helping bring the communication through. Okay, so I have some, I found some interesting tips online. I was in a TED Talk, and he said, what speakers do to increase empathy with their viewers, they just tilt their head. So if you tilt your head, that increases empathy. When you move, that's anything up, when you come into the lens, don't think that, oh, I'm creating video, so it's got to be on a tripod and I got to stand right here. Like interact with the lens, come at it. Did you know that there are no homes on the market right now or whatever? Like just interact. You can play with your communication in so many ways, and it makes it interesting. Even if you're just coming on video in the same place every single time, in your office studio, wherever it is, a studio here or something, you can mix it up with your body language. Open body language shows that you're comfortable. Closed body language shows that you feel threatened. So, palms up, open, confidence. And another little tip here, if you take an inhale, it makes your viewers feel that you're about to say something exciting. But there's so many things that you can mix in. I don't want you to overthink it though. So moving on to the next. Your charisma. Charisma is just, some people can naturally express their charisma. Some people it's harder to do, but it's that secret sauce. It's that something that just like, it's just different. It's individual, and it's a spark. And it deserves to be released so people see that. People see that you're excited, that you've got this energy. Charisma and energy is just, it's something that really ties everything together. Because conversely, if you were to deliver a message like this, and it's a very important topic, and I want to tell you this, it's so boring already. If you don't show that this is, guys, you really need to take this home. You really need to practice this because bringing charisma to the lens is going to attract, it's going to draw connection. People will feel like they know you because you're bringing it out and you're just, when you get to a point, and I'm still like, I'm so much further than I was at that first grade picture of me, but I would not let anybody in. I didn't talk. I mean, I wasn't always that way. And there's a lot of kids that are shy, but that carried into my young adulthood. And it is so freeing when you can just be yourself. I mean, life just gets so much more fun. And it puts your audience at ease. Okay. So I'm going to speak to, I touched on this earlier, but I really want your feedback. Because like I said, guys, you're my guinea pigs. So I want you to be like super candid. And if you're like, oh my God, she gets a 1, fold up. If you're done, everyone, whether you love me or hated me, just fold up the survey after you're done. And God, I really want to know if there's something where you felt like, yeah, it's too much, or I'd want to hear more about this. I'd love to know that too. Because just like I'm telling you, when you show up on video, it's all about value. It's not me, my dog and pony show, and am I looking good? Do I sound good? It is, I really want to help you guys. And if I'm not giving information that's helping you, or that you can't necessarily apply, please tell me. So these skills, like I mentioned, no one's born with this amazing ability to speak. It's something that we just train, we practice. It's like going to the gym and building muscle. Like you go and you're not feeling it and you lift or whatever you do, or you run on the treadmill and then you are in pain the next 2 days or whatever. But then once you heal, you're stronger. Same thing with coming up and being exposed on video. And there are times that I've gone live and I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I close up my laptop and I just go and I feel Brene Brown refers to the vulnerability hangover. And it's a real thing. There are times that you'll feel that, okay, I just exposed so much of myself. I want to delete it. I want to take it back. I want to delete. I don't know. I can't do it. But just know that that is a real outcome. That happens to everyone. And when you're online and you're putting video content out there, there it is. It's exposure. But here's the beautiful thing about what I'm teaching you here today that I didn't know when I was using video. If you are speaking from your convictions every single time, you will never be ashamed about what you said. You might piss people off, but who cares if you do, if you're talking about your convictions? You will naturally, if you are that charged up, you will naturally repel and attract. And then there's people who are like, whatever, I don't have an opinion either way. So it's just building a muscle. It's practice. You can do this. And just my just vision for you is that once you start, like I said, you never know who you're going to impact. You never know who's going to hear that and it's going to be helped by it. And you'll likely never get any kind of compensation for it. But what I'm hearing from you guys today was, yes, like being your own boss in the back, that's great. But it's about that connection. That's what's lighting you guys up. It's when someone says, oh my God, like you're the guy, man, like he knows everything. That's what charges us up. So think about that when you put the content out there, just like Rachel was saying, like, I believe in, what were you saying?
Oh, yeah, no,
That
no.
it will bring, it will, when it's service-based.
Yeah, when it's served.
That you have this belief, you have this belief that you know it's true. And regardless if anyone's like, yeah, Rachel, I think so. You are so passionate about it. And that's how, and when you communicate that, that's the beautiful thing. And that's,
It's my core.
Yes,
It's in line with my
yes,
integrity, right?
yes. And
Yeah.
so when you speak from your convictions, I tell you, there's been times where I've gone on, I'm like, oh, it's always right after the live or something. And I go back and I watch like the next day or later that day. And it was like, once I've removed myself from me, I'm like, you know what, it wasn't really that bad. We are our worst critics. Lastly, don't be hard on you. It's a practice. You don't have to have all the answers. Focus on what you do know, give that value. Don't overthink it. And I see there's a lot of redundance in my presentation that's going to be taken out after this. So thank you guys for being my guinea pigs. Just believe in you, believe in yourself, be you. Always. Best quote, one of my favorite quotes. The more you become, the less competition you have.
That's powerful.
Good. Like, people actually really want to see human beings. Questions? Anybody?
This is all the time, guys. Okay, I do have a question. What's your favorite? You know, we can get into probably doing other stuff later, but I mean, like another class. And stuff.
Yeah.
But favorite video editing platform right now, not social, like CapCut, InShot, like those.
See, this is where I'm not a good person to talk to about it, because what I have found is that in order for me to really be real and stay real, I have to go live. And
So you
so
just do live over recording and editing, huh?
it took me a while to get to that point, because I was like a perfectionist, and I had like and then lighting and da.
Yeah.
I will say like, and I told you, I mentioned there's platforms, there's apps out there, and I know there's Cato that they approached me last year, and it's for real estate agents, and it's just a platform where you just upload videos and it creates a listing presentation, and you can send email. I mean, there's so many incredible apps out there to use, but what always happens is you have all these tools and you don't know who you are on camera. You're not grounded in you. And so it doesn't matter what you have. Like, I would prefer, if you do the recorded videos, you just find an editing. Don't even bother with editing. You just find and edit. There's people like on Fiverr who will edit your videos for you and do that. But the thing is, people want to see real people. And if your video is messy, it's not edited. Like, I know that when I mess up and I laugh at myself on a live or something, that's what connects people, not all that. Like, I used to say that when I went through all of these edits, that I left my entire personality on the editing room floor.
Oh, that actually hurt.
Yeah.
Tell me, like
It was a blank, like,
pieces of yourself, and just
Right.
like, well,
right.
those don't exist.
Yeah, because I want to be perfect. I want to look good. I want to say the right things. I want to be smart. I want people to respect me. I want to. And I wasn't being a real person. And my husband, again, he would come in like, he's like, there's no Janie in this. He's like, where's Janie in your video? I'm always like, I'm not good at constructive criticism, but I took it. Like, I take it, George, I take it. But it's true. And so when I started just being me and leaving all the fumbles in, that's who I am. And the more you do that, the more confident you get with yourself. And so keep it simple. I mean, I would say like every phone has some sort of video editing software, because as soon as you start going into apps and this and that, all of a sudden you're becoming a production, geek, and you're not focusing on your business. Like, I don't want, for real estate agents, like, you have to find the platform, and there's lots of them. And that's why I'll let you know more about this, but it's really just turning your phone on you. You're out previewing a house for a client or whatever you're doing. Just be comfortable enough with you and your message. You just get it out there, get it out there.
So you're just saying, keep it secret.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it.
So I have, and also in the paper, there's a QR code. If you guys just want to talk, if you have any current questions, hurdles that you want assistance with, just book a time on my calendar. And then I also do coaching. So if you want to explore that, I'm happy to explain that. But I love hearing these questions from you, so I can get more targeted in and really help you guys with video. Because now it's been like, I'm removed from where I was when I first started. And so the questions from people just getting started bring that back. So that is it. I'm going to disconnect here somehow, and thank you guys all. You guys.
recently it was brought to my attention that the pause, you know, like when you go to start the video and then there's the pause before the start of, you know,
Yeah.
the talk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That can affect the watch rate.
Yeah,
So
you ask a
editing-
question, something, you got it. When people go on, they're like, oh my God, guys, I'm so excited because I just went to this scroll. Like swipe. Oh my gosh, so I was just driving to, no. It is, do you want to know the number one thing you can do to get your house ready for market that is going to make all the difference?
Start with the question.
Just something that just grabs them, come into the lens, like, you know, like get interactive. Here's more tips. I know, but you're like, please stop with the tips. But
Trust me.
see what everyone's doing and do something different.
Oh,
I don't like being the same thing. I don't like looking the same, being the same, like just shake it up. There are no rules here. You get to make up your own rules. Make it you. You can start it off singing, as long as it's not, the singing is about how it's benefiting them. But,
those are challenging to do to get line up with the songs, by the way.
oh, I don't even do those. You mean like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know, I see those. I'm like, how are you
getting
But that's-
to one point? Yeah.
But that's, all of that, I can only imagine how long that takes for people to get that down so they have that video.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying here is, are they getting a sense of who you are? Like that kind of stuff is fun to mix up your content
Yeah.
with, but are they getting a sense of you? People want to know. Otherwise, they're like, okay, like that's funny. But more of the content should be you. Unedited, totally natural, talking from your convictions.
So as a real estate agent or having had that, you know, broker's license and stuff like that, do you find that there's a ratio? Because here at KW, we do like 80-20. 20% business, 80% personal.
Yeah.
That's still pretty
Yeah.
relevant.
Yeah, like when I help people come up with their content, it's like, have your umbrellas of your topics, but there's gotta be something about you.
Yeah.
And that's like with any relationship. You're building a relationship, you're building it from one side. You're getting your foot in the door, they're getting a chance to know you, and you have no idea who they are,
Yeah.
but you're building a relationship. And so if you have a friend who's always talking business,
Yeah, you just scroll past their stuff. There's nothing, yeah.
no, I got on a call, I haven't connected with this person, I love her dearly, but I haven't connected with her in a long time. And she knows that I lost someone in my family recently, and it wasn't even, it was just, this is what I'm doing with my business, never doing this with my business. And I'm like, I left that conversation thinking, I wish her well, I love her, but like, I don't have time. I want to connect with people. And I think that's what makes things.
But I always ask questions, so who else has got a question before we let her go?
Certain colors of clothes. I'm just
Oh,
curious.
that's a good question.
Yeah,
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Certain colors or clothes, or
Clothes
maybe
or-
patterns, like, is there?
Yeah.
retail,
Where, you know
I
what?
don't know.
What is your name?
Right.
Bryce, wear what you wear. Like, just wear what you wear. I mean, like, okay, I know that's, I don't want you to get caught up, because when I've done this before, I had questions about like, well, how close should you stand to the wall if you're on camera and the light? And that's when you go into the rabbit's hole
Yeah.
about like, oh my God, you're thinking about all these other things. And when you are just Bryce and you're just like, here's all you really need. Light up your face. Everyone looks
Okay.
best on video when their face is brightly lit. It's the exact opposite of in real life, when you're like, oh, I like candlelight and everyone's just glowing. No, on camera, if you're in candlelight, it's terrible. You can't see the person. And when you are creating video content to ingratiate yourself to others so they really get a sense of who you are, they can't see your face. Like, what did you do? You just gave some good information, but they're not gonna remember you. And so lighting is just, that's all I focus on, is good lighting.
Good lighting and sound.
Mhm. Yeah, you just don't want, I mean, like they said in the past, like, don't wear stripes because this, but I see all kinds of things on the internet now. I mean, even like your top, it's like different designs. It's something that stands out. I will say, if you are designing like a home office, make sure that you stand out. There's contrast between you and the background. If you have a navy blue wall, don't wear a navy blue shirt because then you're just a floating head. You know what I mean? It's like show that you are framed. I mean, I can get into like lighting and all that stuff, backlight, but it's not what's important. It's just about just literally like let go of all those little technical questions. You have everything you need. You don't need anything more than your smartphone.
Isn't that crazy with all the different, even with all this, like. the
It's
portrait
because
filters and some
the
of
more
the-
choices we have, the more it paralyzes us. And that's been studied
Yeah,
time
very.
and time again.
Well, we find that even every time, like even in the real estate industry, right? Like from leading a team or an officer, the more we give you, the less we get done, done from them.
Right.
Because it's like one more thing I have to learn and master and do those things. So I love
Right.
that. I love that piece.
Right, yeah, like you said, just if you start feeling like you're going into overwhelm, just stop, just go back, literally, your message and your expression of that. Like. That is the core.
So I just have one favor from you before you go, and also from everyone else. I would like everyone to gather here. And I would like you to be up front so we can get a selfie.
Yay.
So we can post it.
Let's do a selfie.
Groups of.
Okay. Does anyone else have longer arms than me? I think it's going to be me then. And huddle in, we love each other, so,
Oh, yeah, I know.
I know my thing. Okay, get in there, guys. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, one more. Okay, I'll send it out.
Yes.
Good thing how long I can't smile.
I felt like, remember we used to. make our lips for shirts? I thought about doing that.
I can't, I'm terrible at posing for a camera shot. I'm so much better. I prefer video. So I'm like, yeah, a lot of pressure in the photo.
I'm going to throw a photo on it, so.
We're gonna do all the things. Okay.
Finding my air horn.
You want it?
No, but that's great. Great people up.
Oh, you didn't see the cowbell. You heard it when I was like walking, like I could barely walk without it. Well, the louder the better.
We know where
Okay.
you are.
I everywhere I'm going. Thank you, girl. Like, did you get the?
I did.
Okay.
I got everything. I don't need to talk anymore.
Thanks, guys. Wow, you guys couldn't even fill out my stuff, but I'm glad you did that for her. So thank you again. Thank you for being my guinea pig.
Pigs, you're awesome.
Well, and now I think we truly understand the value that you have to that market in us. So it'll be a lot different. Yes, yeah, we're all excited.
Okay, can't wait to see your
Okay.
videos.
Love it. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, how are we doing? How we feeling? Good. Okay. But what do we get? I'll pause. Let's talk about that for a minute. Now it feels like a safe room.
Mile High is still like your conviction and not what you believe, but whether people believe what you. That's Mile High.
Because we're being vulnerable, and I want to say thank you for, I think you had to be the most vulnerable today. It goes back down to the confidence, right? Like, and how it exudes out of us, so, okay.
I think that, what she was talking about of being yourself, but, thinking too much being perfect, I guess. And I have like your type of personality too. I'm really like joking with people a lot.
Yeah.
So I think about, can this like go sideways? And I'm like, who cares if it does? Who cares if it does? What are you supposed to do? Like, you can't please everybody. So you gotta be you, and you'll connect with everybody that is, gets it.
Like she said, repel and attract, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's always gonna be a natural, sensation of that, all the time. Ken?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of echo that and basically say, it really comes down to your message. I mean, don't, spend too much time focusing on the small details, because your message is gonna be, 90% of your video.
I like that. Aiden?
To kind of touch off what they were saying, I feel like I was more focused on the facts and also just kind of holding in selfie mode, like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this house, look at this bathroom, and I wasn't really.
But where's Aiden? Yeah, Bryce?
Message, real good message, tip of the spear, sort of thing.
So what I'm seeing so far as we go through, I want everybody gets a chance, right? Is that if we're in line with our conviction and our integrity and what it is, that's the biggest aha.
Probably is making sure that the message is what your audience, you know, it's what they can understand, make sure.
Layman's terms?
Yeah, actually, that's one of mine, like, the real estate alphabet, all the acronyms that everyone uses.
Stop it. That's a good one. No one take it. That's hers. Go girl.
No,
everybody takes it.
yeah.
Everybody, yeah. Alex, stop making this more challenging. Okay, we've got girl.
So I don't have a problem coming up with things to talk about. And
Yeah.
things to talk about, but I have a problem with no feedback. You know, like that, like she says, pause, okay, and so typically in a conversation, I'll pause to let the other person speak, but you pause and there's like nothing, there's like a lot of nothing. So it's like hard for me to temper my speed. I want to, you know, okay, give all of the facts. I want to talk about the things that I'm talking about, but I'm not getting anything back on, and so it's hard for me to speed it and pause it.
I wonder if you like continue to do what she said, like in the beginning and start with a question and so take the pause and then start back up with high engagement of somehow, you know?
I try it, I do it, but it doesn't feel natural. That's a hard thing for me to get.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know that.
Groups don't feel natural.
They don't even read over the phone, sound over the phone now. So, yeah.
Mine was, I loved how she highlighted like not cutting your personality out and leaving it on the production floor.
Oh, like that,
Yeah.
like literally I could feel it deep down. I was like, oh, there's times I've done that, right?
Yeah.
What do you got?
That was gonna be mine, however, just engaging with
Yeah.
the actual video and kind of like what Laura was saying, like when you're speaking into a lens, like you're not getting feedback, so now you're having to like learn to engage with the camera.
With an
And be-
inanimate object, yeah,
and
Yeah.
authentic.
yeah, I love that. I guess I have to give mine then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely that piece of laying it and keeping my personality on the floor. Because that's what I struggle with. You guys know when I train, like she said, you know, limbs, you know, let's take shots for every time Rachel maybe hits the floor, right? And I've had to learn how to be very unapologetically me. Alex, I'm calling you. Do you remember my first training ever in this office? Like 4.5 years ago, 4 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that.
It was memorable, huh?
I thought you were gonna take your first video of the team leader, and now you're going back 4 years old. Let me think.
So I'm very precise and I'm very prepared. And so every slide I had was everything I was gonna speak on, and it was on point. Were they not? They were beautiful.
Without the 411.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, which is one of my favorite things I'm passionate about,
Yeah.
and it was shit. It was shit.
Yeah.
Shit. The content was great, but there was none of me I'm just trying to read off of, right? And so as I've done it more and more and more, like I give visuals and I ad-lib it most of the time, do I not?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to learn how to be unapologetically me up here and not be afraid to say, oh, or oh, shit, tripped, oh God, ugh, you know, all the things that go on. Same thing. So now I'm struggling with that with my videos. How am I gonna be authentically me? Because I am quirky, I am brilliant, I am simple, and I am complicated. Okay, it's a lot.
Sounds like that song.
Yeah, I feel like a bad dream or, you know, bad mental disorder, like honestly, all wrapped up in one, but how do I express that? So like, it's a constant challenge, right? To be unauthentically you. So I like her. I think I'm gonna start doing the lives. Just cut out the recorded.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously, because we're all gonna wait for Rachel to
you're like,
something.
did you see my email? I'm like, no, there's an event today, but I'll find out in the live.
Yeah, oh yeah, so we'll do that, right? But even then, I had to start using ChatGPT to actually bring my personality into my emails.
Mhm.
I literally, she knows me so well, I just tell her after an email, put my aggressive humor into the email. And she's putting,
I love that you said that,
yeah,
because you treat her, now I'm saying it too, you treat her like a person.
I do,
And
yeah.
so she's treating you like a person.
yeah.
That's
And
super cool.
in fact, I had Daniel D, right? I had an agent interview yesterday and he was in ChatGPT and he didn't even sign up for it. So it hadn't even like learned anything about him. And when I told her the other day, she did something wrong. And I said, no, that's not what I asked for. I asked you to do this. And she came back, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I will correct this here, right? I tried to do it with him and it didn't do it. It didn't even register. So clearly we have a relationship kicking. I might want to inform my husband. You should see my bio. No one ever spoke nothing like that to me like she did.
Literally just like 2 hours ago, I was trying to come up for a name for something and I hated what it came up with, right? I go, let's start over. How about you ask me questions that you need to know so that you come up with better names and ask me like 9 questions. All of a sudden I'm typing easily like an essay, right? And I'm like, well, number 1, number 2, all of a sudden all the names were like level better, right? And so when you look at it almost like a person, like have it be your consultant and you get some crazy outcomes.
Yeah. I've done cheat sheets for it too,
Yeah.
prompting cheat
And I was
sheets.
thinking about like what Laura
Huh?
said.
Like, what'd you say?
More like Google, right? Like just ask the question and see.
Yeah, and guys, I know it's like easier said than done, but you gotta think about some of the crap you come across Instagram, like people standing there just like eating their food and just or pointing down so that you go down to their, like, you know, like you can say nothing and get viral on it.
Oh, I saw a live of
So-
she was relatively pretty. She's
And
sitting in her car and just live and
There's
she's like
something that
not doing nothing. I'm like,
I wanna share this with you, because I believe,
1,000 likes.
I believe this is true about video. It's no different than it is
No, go ahead.
about
You're
scripting
going
and
so-
stuff, and, it's okay, I'll
oh,
leave it
now we
there.
hear your voice. Now we got to see your.
Yeah, it's okay. But like, something that we say in recruiting, and this has got to be very true about video content creation, is like, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. Right? And so, like, if your message speaks to that person, they go, that's exactly what I needed to hear right now. Like, I can't tell you on a daily basis, it could be relationship one day, it could be parenting the next day. Like, when that video comes across at the right time for the right person, like, it doesn't matter how you timed it, you said it, they just heard the message and go, shit, that's exactly what I needed right now, you know, so.
You
So-
can never say the right thing to the wrong person. It's exactly the opposite, isn't it?
It's also that you can never say the right thing to the wrong person, and I think too much, that's who we're trying to make a video for. Like, oh, can I say the perfect thing so that it impacts everybody? And you go, no, just trying to make the video so that it impacts the right person, right? So,
Not everybody's gonna love you in real life. Not everybody's gonna love you on video.
bingo, 100%, exactly.
You're never gonna appeal to everyone.
Stand for anything if somebody,
You been aggressive over there, Bryce?
no.
I think so.
I'm very curious about that. All right, do we feel like that was pretty impactful though? Okay. I'm gonna pull my thing up here. If anybody wants to work on Facebook, I'm gonna show you guys how to schedule and do some things. We've got about an hour.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to make sure that we can get the use, and then next week we'll be talking about Instagram gratifications, okay? And Jasmine Levy, when you go into my office, underneath the TV's like a dresser. Thank you, love. And your phones. Okay. So. You just set up on Facebook? Okay,
I didn't do anything. I just-
really?
Yeah, it's just my personal. I do it on personal. I never do much on personal.
No?
No.
I feel like sometimes it's annoying. I've been trying to post once a day. It's really challenging. It is very challenging. Okay, let me cast and we're gonna, and then screen share and we're gonna go into. Kent, you have yours? Aiden, do you?
Peter?
Yeah, but I know you do have your computer, but do you have your Facebook business page?
No.
Cool. Come sit next to Bryce or Lisa for me. Okay, so I thought maybe we would do some more video editing and stuff like that, and I actually am very happy about this because you guys have gone through a lot of my trainings with the listing mastery course. What do I scream all the time? The mom.
A lot of things.
I do.
Messaging.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
You don't.
scream.
I could. I mean, I'm not a screamer though, in general. So, hey, you're back. How'd your closing go?
Oh, it's good.
Congratulations. You should have seen her cute little box for her client. It was adorable. I scream about mom.
Okay.
What's mom? Who's mom?
Message of the moment.
Message of the moment. She protects us, she loves us, she nurtures us, she moves us, right? So I love that. That was her like biggest thing was like our message, how we transfer over. So. Okay, any questions as we're just kind of jumping into this?
No, so we need to be on Facebook, right?
You're first.
Okay.
Happy anniversary.
Is it a work anniversary?
Yeah.
1, 2. How many years?
3.
Awesome.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, right. Seems like one.
Okay, so we are going to jump into Facebook. I'm gonna go through an overview, just a quick overview. We're pretty much all pretty versed, and Facebook's been around so long. I don't think anyone in here is a noob. I think actually Aiden might be the only one with least experience here, because your generation is not Facebook. We're oldies, so I'll get it. Rude, by the way. I had asked my daughter, I'm like, do you have your Facebook account, right? She goes, no, only old people use that. If she's 17, I was like, girl.
So then MySpace is grandparents? Remember MySpace?
Oh,
my
I got
God.
MySpace, don't
Does anybody even know?
No.
No, I mean, but we taught, you guys were here for that, so you guys are here. Let me. This is why social is important. Okay, who was around for MySpace?
Well,
A little bit of it?
I never.
Oh, look at he's freezing.
I never had an account either. I think
My cousin was on MySpace.
Yeah.
my-
Okay, so
Fine.
now there's a, I realize that like, this is not the start, okay, because we did that class, the first one, and I had ahas about where social actually kind of came from, right? But we have Facebook. Okay, and I'm just going with the main ones, people. I think YouTube was before Insta, but we're good. And then, we're just gonna go with these. Four right now. I always have to like spell it in my head like 5 million times, so. TikTok.
Me too.
Do you? Yeah.
Yes. I want to put a C in there for some reason.
Yeah, almost like that's the way it's supposed to spell.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and we just like, do you remember like all, you know what, I wonder if there's like a war between, you know, the phonetic grammar. You know, like the people that are just like, if you don't have this, then you're like illiterate, right? To all the kiddos right now that are just mashing up words and making things that they're not. Okay, what's our, oh, we're gonna go to MySpace here. What's when did MySpace come out? Anyone remember?
Early 2000s, is that
Yeah.
right?
I thought 80s.
I am a 2001 graduate. It came out a year after I graduated.
One of the Cardinals.
Yes.
Kind of feels like.
So late 90s, early 2000s, right? We'll just say late
1999.
1999.
also find out too.
Isn't there a song?
Yes.
Okay,
You said late.
We're gonna
90s?
party like it's 1999.
Yeah,
Okay.
Prince.
we're gonna
In our
MySpace,
little red
we're gonna
hat.
MySpace it like it's 1999.
There you
Okay,
go.
So 1999, what does that mean for our demographic? About how old is that? For MySpace,
25 years? 25 years ago.
Yeah.
but how,
So what ages?
Really? There's these.
So another.
Zoomers.
I literally just gave you my age,
Geez.
like 20s. 45s, right? That's where it started, okay? Facebook came out, and like they all know, I joke about it because I was like, face what? Like, you can only get 6 pictures, then you got 12, then you got an album. You know what I mean? Like, it was just such a weird thing because we weren't used to pivoting from program to program back in the day, right? What's our demographic though, on Facebook, because it's so useful? What's the age range?
20s,
40
30s,
to 60.
Would you say?
40 to 60.
Would you say, Aiden?
20s to 30s.
30 to 50.
I feel like it's like all age
I think
ranges.
it's a wider range. I'd say
Yeah.
35, 30
I think
to
it's
65.
Up to, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you it's about
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
The wide
That's
range.
about our average, is 30s to 70s. Okay,
Mhm.
but we see that, you know, okay, these are, you know, they got kiddos or leaving houses, trust me, I know. Okay, these ones, it's user friendly, you know, it's also been around the longest used the way that it has been, right? It has our wider demographic, because it's so user friendly. Okay, Instagram, what's our age demographic on this?
5 to 30.
You're not supposed to have a social without being 13, so we can at least not go past 13.
Okay.
But I get it, you are right. I mean, you're right though, because all the kids, right? Okay, so what'd you say?
18 to 30.
I would say forties maybe,
Yeah, it definitely forties.
because when it was big was when you're dealing with your twenties.
That's some
Yeah,
good dancing out there, horse training, you name it, there's, no, seriously,
On Instagram,
yes.
well, now we know what platform
knew?
he's wasting his time.
They've got, no, Spanish writing, seriously. We'll
I
talk
love
later.
you, bro. You too.
If you're interested.
We don't have to.
That
Everything
is
for
like
everybody.
Google looking everything up, so it's very open.
Yeah, I mean, it is. We don't have a lot of Vimeo or some of the other the other video platforms. So I would say this is where, you know, your thing comes in, right? 5 to. Oh. Am I wrong? Like, if we're gonna find something to do, we wanna search, like, how do you do that? What is this? Like, it's gonna take us to YouTube, right? TikTok, what's our age group?
God, I would say, probably 18 to 25.
We'll go as young as we can. 13 to what?
30.
I think you're being very graceful.
Okay, 25.
I would say 25 average. Okay?
I like TikTok and I'm over that.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Yeah, there
I
you
know.
go. You have us birds, so. Just think about that, okay? So
Really?
we start
No.
here, right? And we graduate here, and this holds everyone, right? This is why all the advertising and stuff is here, okay? Then we moved to Instagram, and this became the influence. This was user friendly. Because this one you had code if you don't know. Okay? YouTube. Resource. Okay? Because now we're like, everything's being done on video, everything, right? And then TikTok, right? How do I want to put this? I want to say Instagramification is what I want to say to
That's a good one.
TikTok.
Like, fine,
Would you say, yeah, like mine? Yeah,
fine.
Instagram. Okay. How many of you have had a MySpace? Facebook? Instagram? YouTube? Like a YouTube channel, you signed up for it.
Yeah, I paid for subscribe to YouTube.
Subscribed.
I'm going now.
You have your
at
own
us.
I do,
But I
like
did
3
it.
videos on it.
Okay, well, that counts.
TikTok.
God, I feel like such a millennial right now.
Okay. So do my numbers not support almost even to the working class and, you know, wiseness and all the things, right? Okay, guess what? No one wants to touch this one. Do you know who these people are? They're living with these people. These people. They're an expired, so they not, you guys hear me say, guess what? TikTok's not it. We're gonna have to learn the next stupid platform that the next generation of kids, because it seems to be generational. Each generation gets their own, like, you know,
Platform.
social. So I'm only doing that to just show you guys that it's gonna continue to evolve. Okay, these platforms will continue to exist, but guess what? In 10 years, that's gonna be 50. I bet you that's gonna be closer to 40, 70. You know what, do you see where I'm going with this? Like, we will start to age out of some of these. I mean, people don't even use I tried to log into my account.
Me too.
It had been so long that they said, actually it was Yahoo that told me I can't retrieve that account. So, does that make sense why we've been pushing all the social? Because that's where everybody's getting their information. Every one of your age demographics, religion, ethnicity, gender, I give two shits what platform or, you know, what. They're all getting their information here. And you guys aren't using it to educate and solicit your business. So we're gonna change that. I'm gonna work a lot of that. Okay. So let me see if it's gonna let me do this. We are not going to get into the meta today. I'm gonna show you how to do all these things in Facebook first. The meta is because Instagram does things differently. Facebook meta is easier, but like I say, I call it the matrix of social. It's just this rabbit hole of stuff. Love you, see, yep, I made my video. Made sure we, blew it out. Okay. So do we remember how to get to our business page?
Yes.
We drop down our name and we will see our pages that we are responsible for. We've started and our admin access. Can we see that right here? I click my little down arrow. Okay, so if I needed to toggle between them, I would. Okay. What's next week? Instagram, right? We're gonna do Facebook. So I'm actually gonna go to the North Williams page because I'm gonna post it there for first. The reason why is I've been having to post really rapidly. So I'll just go in, post, not wait for it to actually register the post and reshare it. So I want to try to get ahead of my scheduling. That way I can reshare it on my personal page and not be posting multiple times. Does that make sense? Okay, that's why I moved over to Keller Williams Northeast. So this is our office thing. So I'm going to treat it like it was my business page. Okay. So now that I'm in here, oh, you can't see. Okay. So we can see that, and you guys don't know this, but I'll go into analytics in this. I've really been pushing. Because it didn't have much. Okay. So like all the stuff we've been recently doing, been trying to put it up there and, make sure that we're causing it to being engaging, right? I was like, I hear heels. Who has heels? Okay, ads manager. We're gonna have a whole separate piece on paid ads. It's entirely way too much of its own to go in, and we don't have enough time. Okay. So you can manage all your ads and everything. Meta Business Suite over here in your professional dashboard. Okay. Is it gonna show me? It is going. Okay. So like, right, we can see. I posted something about all the things we've been doing lately. If you have been with me, there's a chance that I've been snapping a picture of us. That's because I love them. But I went on and because we haven't gotten much, right? You can see my analytics just on this, right? This was the Rumble. That was this had sat there for quite some time, right? So you want to know why? Because people love to see what we're doing. Those snap it pictures that you just do, like when you're doing stuff with each other. Post that stuff, your Google page, your Facebook, all the things. People are curious to see what you're doing behind the scenes. Okay. So I'm in the professional dashboard, so we can still see some of these things that I was talking about on the front end. So my page, my content. If I hit my content, just so you guys know, I just want to make sure it's shifting. Now I'm going to see everything that I'm posting. Okay. And again, we just really like started this since I started taking over. Because if you see, when did I start? Oh, those are drafted. Yeah, there's been nothing since we started doing like what we left on to do and all that. So, and the things that are getting the best posts, I'm gonna tell you this one's video because I hopped in on there. Right, so if you change it from stagnant to video, it changes because we're all wasting our time watching videos and stuff. Okay, so we can look for information, manage all of our content if we have an event, and I do like this. We should be posting your open houses to your Facebook page as an event. Share, push everybody there, put all your content updates there. When you guys hear me talk about your open house not being an event, you guys should be posting whatever you do online should have a daily or bi-daily update to keep the post relevant, right? An A/B test, does anyone know what that is? It's always like the fear, right? And then you got grandbabies, so that's like extra worrisome. Okay, so did anyone know what an A/B test is? No. Okay. This one's really fun because you can test different types of versions of content against each other, run them at the same time, and essentially beta test them. Yeah. So like, you're like, well, it does this, but I found that this works, right? Like for me, they all know. I love TikTok because it's a good Insta notification. Yes, very much so. But it gives me Insta results to be able to go, is this doing good, right? So I've had recently what I've noticed, and I can toggle between my socials to show you. I've noticed that some things on TikTok just aren't doing really well. Man, I throw it on Instagram and like that demographic is like eating it up, right? And I'm like, okay. I now need to start being a little bit more intentional about not taking the same content, regurgitating on it every platform. That's my choice, right? Because it's clearly, even though I'm not always talking about real estate, right? You guys see my stuff. Sometimes I'm giving shout outs. Sometimes I'm doing something around an event or something like that. So this is a good thing to be able to. Moderation assist. So guys, we are held to housing rules. Facebook, Instagram, Google, they're all very specific. They have rules in place. If we're advertising a home, it has to be advertised as such, right? Like when we go to put the ad, we have to note that it is a housing ad, right? That way, like because we can't violate any of our rules. Okay, so moderator, well, this is opposite. Actually, this one's going to go more into like how it can, like how it's showing up, right? Who can comment on the moderators piece? You can specifically say, don't allow the word B, A, whatever it is, okay? If this word is offensive to you, you can say, like, if someone had a political page in which they were supporting a very, like, just one minority, okay, and that minority had some slang terms, you know, like us white folk, gringo, cracker, whatever, okay? I could literally go in there and say, don't say that. As a real estate agent, don't say no commissions, right? And it won't allow that to be posted, okay? So you can moderate what the language comes in to as well. And I'm just using those examples because we can all relate to having someone say something negative to us about it. And the fact is everybody's going to see this, right? Like, so we on our Facebook page specifically, we have that. And it allows us to see when someone's decided to get mad at an agent and post something nasty about them so that we can catch it before, you know, it gets posted or anything like that, because we have to review it and things like that. Okay. So that's a good
Can you
one.
make it say like in English instead of then, because I get text in other languages,
Like Spanish or just
Right.
everything.
like scammers. And they try.
Oh, like the
to post
WhatsApp
that
stuff
Yeah,
and all
they-
that. Yeah,
they
that's,
post all that
that's
stuff.
a, yeah.
I want it to like edit it out.
Yeah. We'll play with it, like the activity log is where you would be doing that in the professional, right? You can also say like, I don't want people to see my content. Okay, so sometimes like I've had old bosses on my stuff, right? And I'm running a whole new team. I don't want them to see the things that I'm posting because it has nothing to do with them and I don't want them to take it. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
So now that you can create, you know, you can control a lot of this stuff on the back end. Okay, audience is Elise is going to ask you to post, right? Why would age and demographics, where someone's coming from, okay, why would that matter? This is in your business page, it should be. It might be the phone app is it's so much different than your desktop app, yeah. So, right, like currently we have more women watching our stuff on our personal, our work Facebook. I know I complain about all the messages I get from guys, but you actually know that my demographic is more women watch my stuff than anything. I was looking at it, I was jumping into all of my insights a couple weeks ago, and I was like, interesting. I'm like, so I obviously need to start speaking maybe a little bit more powerfully to my own demographic of that women, you know, stuff. So out of that, it looks like for our page here, right? I have about 35 to 44 and 45 to 54 is, and then 55 to 64. So like those, right? That's all our working class, all our buying and transactional people, right? So I don't have, you know, I don't have the older generation. I definitely don't have the newer generation poking on our stuff. So I might need to be more intentional about posting relevant stuff to kiddos now, like student loan debt relief and, you know, things like that, right? The Make-A-Wish that we did with the scripting, right? to that new, do you know, just for that, who was here for the script class? Okay, I'm telling you girls, we're gonna do it every month. But Eric Bowlby has I guess only so many lenders have it, but Make-A-Wish and give up to like $30,000. But the client has to, they have to need it. It's not like and the price point matters too. It's that. Because it's all of us that are struggling that can't afford a house, right? But we need one the most, right? Do you know that do you know why, other than having a shortage in new home inventory, why we don't have as many buyers as we did?
Financial literacy.
It is part of it, but we're gonna work it back down to that. It's because we don't, our average year and family starting age is way later right now. Why is that? Affordability. They're all living with their parents still because of affordability. So, right, so if I were to go back into that generation, I need to speak to how they can afford a home, right? Maybe the Make-A-Wish piece of it is a way for them to advance out and be able to do that, right? Just food for thought. I'll always spitball like that. Okay, so it also looks like if I look at my cities and who's viewing me the most, it's Phoenix. We got Peoria, Scottsdale, those are our surrounding people, so it kind of makes sense. Country, don't really have anything outside of United States, so it's all in here. So you can kind of see your demographics, right? Allow you to tailor where you need to. Okay, if you need to invite people to connect, it's gonna make me go to my personal one. I'm not gonna, I just blasted them. What, 3 weeks ago? I blasted all my people. Oh, I got all 3 reviews back, by the way, that I sent out that day. Really happy. Anyways, okay, now it threw me into, but you can invite all of your friends to like your page. Okay, why do we want to do that? Why would it be important to make sure that all of our friends have the option to like our page?
Because then they know what you're doing and then their friends know.
Those are the people I've gotten close from.
Their reach allows, yeah, their reach.
So I just wanted to add on to that though, like that feature only works one time per the person.
Correct, and then
So
you have to manually go in there
you
and
can still
click.
invite them manually, but I say that for anybody who's like, oh, I need to start up my business page. You can
You are right.
backdate your posts. So if you're like starting this today and you want to look more seasoned, please don't invite people where all it has is your little initial. That says, hey, I'm a new page, and we're like, what is this?
She's very right, Jasmine's right, yeah.
But it's a great option, just I was trigger happy when I first got into the industry and I went to do it, and then I was like, oh, let's try it again, and only for my new friends since then.
Yeah, you can mass do those, but the rest of them you have to
You
manually.
go back and do a one-on-one if you like one at a time, then.
Well, it gives you like a big long list and you have to click, 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 click.
But if you have
Click,
like hundreds of
scroll.
or thousands of people.
Yeah, then
That
it's,
can take quite a while.
it can absolutely hundred.
Hundreds of
yeah.
thousands of.
Yeah, can you ever get back to that again? How do you launch that?
With the invite,
Launch the mass input.
oh yeah, right here. So,
Which one is it? I'm sorry.
I'm in my professional dashboard.
Mhm.
And under here, you'll see grow your audience. We have ad center, which is, where we're gonna run an ad, right? But invite people. And what she is saying, and she's right, the first time that you invite everybody, you can mass invite them. After that, it's an intentional one. The only thing you can mass invite is like your grouping of new friends. Okay? The saying I'm in here, let's go into insights. So I want you guys to kind of see this. Oh, it's not. I want to be in my meta, that's why. I don't want to be in it right now. We're gonna skip it. Okay. So events, like I said, I did have events. There we go. Okay. Lucky Leprechaun was the last event that we had done. So I'm big on having one hub that you collect all information from when you do an event of any sort. An open house is an event, a listing is an event, right? Like one hub that's capturing information. So I prefer Eventbrite because I can campaign and the reach is bigger. I'll just pay the $50 for like up to 500 guests. specifically, but then I push them back to Facebook because I'm gonna post on all the groups and all that stuff. So I'm gonna push it right back to this page and this, okay? So you can, these aren't active, so I can't edit them. If they were up here, I would be able to edit, right? It would line item them and I would be able to edit the event if I got the date wrong or there was a change or an update or something like that, right? So, but here I can at least see the analytics, okay, and all the events that we've currently ran for. Yeah, we need to work on that. Okay, so going back, and then we're gonna schedule some post. So linked accounts, you guys know, or you know, that's making sure that our WhatsApp and our Instagram is all connected to our stuff, okay? We did that a couple weeks ago. Page setup. Okay, audience. So- How people contact you. So, because we're on our business page, I would recommend that you guys keep all of this open. When you go into your personal page and your settings and your privacy and stuff, you don't, but the whole point of your business page is to do what?
Engage.
Engage, grow, reach, okay? So I want to make sure that you have every ability, you know, all those abilities. You want other search engines to link to your page. You want to allow and be recommended people looking at similar pages, and you want to allow messaging, okay? And that's a click on and off. And if you don't have your messenger started, they'll prompt you to. Okay. Posts, we can dictate if we want our public to see it on our personal page. We can specifically say, looks like oh, public can see this. We can say friends, public, just us, only us, only me, I think is what it is. Story, same thing, right? We have it as public. I don't want my stories archived. Any followers can reply, allow people to share, and allow others to share my public stories to their own story. Absolutely, because that's the whole goal, right? When they share something, it improves my algorithm. Okay, page setup, we can go back and make any necessary changes to the things that we did when we first started. Reels, same thing, it's just gonna go to public. Follows and public content, okay? This one's really big, so this is gonna be who can follow my page. You want everybody to be able to follow your page. Who can see your followers on your timeline? That's your prerogative. Okay. I know a lot of us have our Facebook friends on our personal group on lockdown. I don't even think you can view mine. Can you? I don't know who's been on my page recently, but like, if you have someone and they don't, just block it. Public doesn't need to see all your followers, okay? But it's there. So who can see your pages and lists and public post? Who can post notifications, page info, all of that. Keep it open, okay? If we had age restrictions, those are things we're probably gonna see in specialty businesses that obviously touch things that kids should touch. Firearms, you know, chemicals. OnlyFans, whatever.
Didn't want to say it.
I tried not to, but I had to. Come on, we take base table loads for it. It's like a thing. I've had a few.
That down.
They need homes too.
They do. Hey, I'm on.
Yeah, they've got cash.
They make a lot of money.
Mm,
And I'm not gonna say how I
Yes,
know that, not me personally.
statistically,
It's
yeah.
not for a friend either, I
I'm
promise.
sorry.
I
it's-
just have to be intimately connected to someone who, it's very scary what that world looks like. And, okay, who can post on, or well, only me, no. See? Thought I went in there. I wouldn't want to post to my page. Okay, a question, post to my page. We can also, where is it? Allow others to view and leave reviews on your page. Where's my reviewing? There it is. Review tags people add to your posts before tags appear on Facebook, and review posts you're tagged in before posts appear on Face. Leave it for anyone to post. Make sure that your reviewing is in place. Because what happens is they go and tag you, you get a notification on your, in fact, I'm probably sure I can go my personal one, because I was just tagged in something. I have it on review because I had like my mother's boyfriend would like to post political stuff. I don't do I don't mesh that, right? So I had to put my review on so that I could review it and say, I approve you to be on my timeline, okay? So this will help you moderate and make sure that no one's posting anything nasty and or derogatory, negative. You know, not your language, whatever it is, okay? Any questions about that?
Yes, and you
Yes.
allow, anybody to post on your page?
Yeah, so mine was off right here. So this one said only I can post to my page. Okay, and I turned it off and I turned it on, so everyone could. Why did I do that? Because I went down here and made sure both of these were on. Okay, because if someone has a question and they want to post, or I post something and they want to post to, you know, why am I not allowing some of that pollination to happen? See, we've been using it so much. By the way, for the record, we always say cross contamination when things bleed into other things. Doesn't mean it's a negative thing. But Miss Sarah Struck came up with cross pollination. And so we have replaced that with that word. And I love it because that's what it should be. Okay. So look in your page and your tagging. Okay. This happens, people. You will have to block people sometimes, and it's okay. You can, once you've blocked them, do you guys know how to do that on someone's, have you ever been to someone's page and said friends, drop down? And you say unfollow, block. Okay, just want to make sure we're clear. Okay, so this is where, like, if you had blocked any pages or you blocked any users, you could say unblock and or. In fact, you know what? Let me show you. We're just going to do this. See, I'm in mine. And by the way, yes, I have had my friends, my Facebook since it up.
Great profile picture, by the way.
Thank you. That was this winter. Can I call you? Yes. Okay. Yes, I'll call you when I'm done. Okay. Sorry, I'm navigating from business page to my personal page, so it looks a little bit different. Here's my settings. There. I also can't read people. You know that. I just forget if it's in privacy settings or if it's just in my regular settings. There it is. See, now I'm back where I needed to be. Yeah, I got people blocked. Uh-oh. Quite some time, actually. Okay. Some of them at least 10 years. So if I wanted to unblock, like, I'm transparent. When I divorced my ex, I don't want any of those people looking at my shit. I blocked them all. Okay. It's been 14 years. We have since got past that. Oh, actually, no, I take it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's still 5 of them on there. Okay, but you can edit and do those things there. So if someone's being inappropriate, block them. Don't engage back. Just eliminate them. Okay. You can block messages, app invites, event invites, pages. You know, you can also create a restricted list. Yeah. Oh. So my restricted list says they cannot see my stuff. I have said you're not trustworthy. And I don't want you, I don't like, you know, when the following happens, like, I'm not gonna be on there, right? Oh, I have a lot. I should probably. I have some homework to do. Okay,
It's good.
because I'm literally like,
Maybe you'll drum up some business into them, block them.
yeah, I talk to all these people all the time. Work, sometimes work is, you know, like, I've always held pretty big positions, so it's like when I move, I never, you know, I'm like, okay, I need to keep this start of this company safe and private. I'll lock my stuff back down. So anyways, going back to what we were, with that. Where were we? Locking, okay. Ad payments, you can't run an ad without putting your credit card in. Activity log, apps and websites that integrate directly with it. You can download your information, you can transfer your information if something happened, okay? We've had to do that. You can deactivate and reactivate a page. Okay, and then there's all the normal hoopla, okay? Right, awesome. We are going to go into and schedule some things. Does someone have something that they want to post or needs to go out?
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay, so tomorrow, then my other situation, Bath and Body Works, I'm gonna be doing ladies' night. So you said that like with, this is just everybody can hear it, no big deal.
What's ladies' night?
Well, it's like a bunch, probably 200 or 300 people get invited to it and maybe 50 show and then my regular customers too, right?
Oh,
So I
I
wanna
heard,
go on my.
you know, I
list.
heard about this.
You did?
Do you know this has been the chatter around the office? Is this event that you have kicking? But go on.
No, how do you know? How do you
It's
know?
one of our serviced areas. So a lot of our agents shop. In fact, do you remember when I told you I had a couple really obsessed agents when we found out that you worked there? And I was like, yeah, like
Who are they?
yeah, well, I'll share names with you
Okay.
later.
Who
But
protect the
anyway,
innocent?
one of the said agents, I was like, yeah, said agent, it's manager over there.
Yeah.
And she goes, I don't know, there's this amazing lady over there. She always jokes with us that I was like, I don't know, but this one's pretty and she's got blonde hair. She goes, it's one. I'm like, you're the said agent I told her about. So it was really fun.
Anyways, I was
Go
gonna
on.
post it to my realtor one. You know how we're like you say, just post whatever.
Yeah,
So I was gonna let everybody know to come. And my
Yeah.
store's been closed for a week because the floor's getting done.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah, I
gonna,
heard
like,
that
be
too. I
re-greened
heard
over,
that too.
remember?
yeah.
You did? Well, we did post. Huh? Yeah.
I was just there.
Oh my
That's how
God.
it can be done.
Yeah, it's gonna be open Friday. I was
You
really
guys
excited.
are chilling.
So
me.
anyways, yes, look at this. This is like a gold mine, I'm telling you. But I don't know how to.
Everybody knew you and you had no idea.
Well,
Go on.
yeah, and I know, and so then I made my employee, my key holder, post it on Facebook. They were doing a ladies' night. Cause the cross-pollination thing, I'm like freaking out. I don't wanna like stumble over myself and like do it on my realtor page, or I'm just like, I'm holding back and I don't want to. So just put it on the realtor. I told you this one, you guys gotta hear this. It's really funny. So she showed us about Instagram, remember, whoever was here had a video.
The background. Mhm.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm videotaping my husband because he's a massive main guitar player. And I'm eating a
that's
bag of
so cool.
chips. And he's in that island, you know, wherever, playing his guitar and I'm eating a bag of chips and you can hear nothing but chips the whole time. That's my first video. And it is hilarious. And I'm thinking, should I just put this out just for giggles?
Yes,
I think it would be funny.
it would be funny. It's all the bloopers that
Oh
get the
my God, it's
best.
so funny. So anyways, just like maybe other people are considering doing something like this. So should I just say, hey, just FYI, and just.
Yeah,
say
and
it?
I would almost like, just don't even say my store,
Okay,
right? They're gonna
Correct.
notice you when they come into the store, right?
Right.
But just, hey, we are doing this.
right.
Hey, we've got this lady night. You guys know, we all look, smell good, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yum yum for the tum tum.
there we go. I like it. Okay,
Yeah, 5
yes,
o'clock,
all
right.
that.
Be there.
Okay. So when we're in here, I'm in my back into the business page, navigated out of my personal one. It looks very similar to our personal page, right? We can post from and do all the things. Okay, we can go live, which is what she's recommending. Post a video and photo, and we can post a reel just right there at the, you know, that top thing. Okay. Now, let me just try not to go into. Okay, so when we hit this, right, it looks the same. Anybody unfamiliar with what this is? Right, it looks the same when we go to post something to Facebook, right? Because we're in our business page. Photo, we can check in, this is great, so when I tell you guys, for your open house weekends, and you guys need to check in, that should be one of the content pieces. This is what I'm talking about, okay? Gifts are fun, we all love them. You can raise money if you feel you can, you know, advertise to get more calls. WhatsApp messages, I do not want you pushing that as that's becoming a big scamming thing right now. To get more messages, how you're feeling and do a live video, okay? It's weird because this one's very different than our personal page where we can just say, oh, there's a plus sign. We're gonna put a reel, a post, or this, or this. This one doesn't let us do that, okay? So when we're adding to our post, we do the video, drop check-in. We can boost a post. So I just want you guys to understand what that means. If we boost a post, essentially we're putting a couple ad dollars behind it to boost it. We're not running an ad. It's just we're boosting this post for a short period of time. Okay. So like sometimes if I'm pushing and I had to do like emergency stuff or something, I'll boost the post to get a bigger reach. Okay. I have to go to Meta Suites. Gosh darn it. Okay, we're going to the Matrix. Oh, it's not gonna take me. I'm not casting the whole thing. Hold on. There we go. Okay. This is our planner only. And I got something kicking. There we go. Okay, so this is only the planner. Can you see on that left-hand side, people? That's just a rabbit hole down all the things, okay?
All the icons on the left.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, this leads to 10 million places, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm only in my planner. And this shows me what I've scheduled and what I have scheduling. The cool thing, if you guys didn't know this, is do you see this right here? World National Star Wars Day. Okay, Facebook actually will show you all of, see, Cinco de Mayo. They'll show you all the national holidays. You can go through your planner and go, oh, shoot, I need a post on that day. Oh, international what? Is this a women's one? Family Day. Okay, like we build families or something. World Baking Day, right? Little content piece and a little like video. Snacking on a cookie, I don't care. Okay, like what, and ask, like she said, you should always be asking for that interaction back, right? So using your planner for this alone allows you to make sure that you remember I asked her, do you find being in real estate and not, currently in it, we in KW follow an 80-20 rule? Do you find? And she said, yes, I still find that would be the case, right? So this is a great thing to go, okay, well, I've got open house scheduling posts and listings and stuff. I'm gonna fill it, okay, with that 80% that I need with personal stuff, or that's not real estate, hey, buy a house for me, or hey, let me sell your house thing. We can fill it in here, okay? This is a great tool, and this is actually going to be the homework I give you, okay? I don't care how you come up with the content. I don't care if you ask Kelly to send you, do you ever talk to Kel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, of course you do, all the time. Forgive me, Ken.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, ask her, do you have a social post for Mother's Day, International Family Day, World Baking Day, whatever? Give her a list. She'll shoot everything back to you, right? Do you guys use Kelly at all? Who do you guys use?
On,
Title or,
none. Or,
oh,
yeah.
do they do print for you guys? Okay, yeah. Do they create content and stuff like that?
They them create content, but they're the flyers and.
Okay, I'd ask and see if they do any social content or anything like that, or unless she's doing it, whoever's pushing your guys' stuff, because you guys have,
Yeah, we
you
have
guys are
flights
powered
that
by
go
and all the
out,
things, yeah. So, so this is a great way to do. You can set goals for yourself, which is cool. That's a new thing that they just started. In fact, I was in my personal page, right? And you can choose a goal from what they have, right? And they do. It's like you go, there's a back piece, I'm not going to show you, but it literally goes, you need to post this week. You need this, right? And you can check off and gain stuff. Why is it there? Because it's just there as a game, right? To get us to kind of do it. Okay, do we understand? We're looking at a calendar and what to do with what it's currently, okay, cool. So we can look at week and month, as you can see right here, okay? If we needed to sort through what we had done, we can do that here. Not gonna go into that, that is some bullshit. We can create an ad, which means we're putting money behind it. Or we can create our post and story right there, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully I have the content on this one. So now I can create a post, a story, and a reel, okay? Okay, cool. So this looks a lot different though, than when we're posting to Facebook, doesn't it? Now it feels different, doesn't it? Yeah. Now I have multiple pages, right? So I can post between, anything that's connected, right? So I'll go ahead and say I want those two. Let me see what I have. I don't know. I have a lot to do this week, so. And I'm on the, sorry, I'm also thinking I'm on, what page am I on? I'm on the public one, so therefore I'm not gonna post our team meeting, right? Okay. Red Day is the 9th. Okay, so it's next week.
Week from today, right?
It's here, you guys are having it with us too. So Glendale is gonna be here because of their remodel, so we're doing the blood drive. Might be making sandwiches, I'm not sure what's happening. We'll figure it out. I've learned to do good recently, try not to be so. Okay, so anyway, so you can see my content piece is already up. Okay, I'd already created that, so that's there, I can see it, I can see my preview. It's gonna make recommendations, because I haven't been in this for a hot minute. Okay. I wanted you guys to see this, because it will matter when you're sitting next doing things. So we can go through, I'll show you what this is, but we can toggle between how it looks on a computer versus a mobile phone, okay?
Oh,
And I'll tell you, it comes through differently. Okay. If I had an issue with my sizing, it would probably error, give me a big exclamation mark, right? Probably haven't read what my sizing should be, and I'm good. Okay, I can load up to 10 photos in this particular post, okay? Which is great if you've got a new house coming out, okay? So I can add photos here, tag them, edit them, delete them here, okay? Under here, it says post details, okay? So customized posts for Facebook and Instagram. What does that mean? It means that it would change it so the post was different for each one of them. Okay, so because I'm in my Meta, I'm attached to both those accounts, remember? Okay. So y'all know. Now I need to tell you that I have debated how much to get intimate with this thing. I don't care about take as much blood plasma. I don't get woozy, right? But we are specifically, I didn't know this until after. Is it on this one? Not on this one. This blood is specifically going to mamas who've lost too much blood during childbirth. Okay. My youngest, who's autistic, he went 12 hours without full oxygen because he had a placenta eruption. And so every time my heart beat, I bled. I was there for almost 4 days, and it was do we give you a transfusion? Do we not? They kept me not, natural birth, nothing, there was nothing, no need to keep me, but we were so jaundiced from me losing so much blood, right? So I was like, oh, it's almost like so I've actually had a hard time posting this. I need you guys to know that, like, and just being like, how intimate do I get with it and be vulnerable, right? She talked about, my kids are my passion, right? They're one of the only things that makes me cry.
State means a lot to you. State means a lot to you,
I mean, I don't know if I would use that. I think it definitely brings up a lot of, we wonder how much his autism is related to 12 hours without oxygen. Which is placenta broke away, right? So then, yeah, you're not meant to do that, right? So I have a cool kid. Please understand, I love him. I wouldn't change him knowing all the things, and all, he's gonna be 12 this year. Okay, so who's my favorite girlfriend?
What do you name? What's the name?
Oh, I should name her. Like we name a car. Well, I gotta come up with a good
You
name.
say she. So I
know. I gotta give her a name. I've got to give her a name now. I love it. Okay.
Name herself.
Ooh.
I'm sure what she wants.
Ooh, yes. Okay, we're gonna do this just for the sake of like having fun.
Yeah, try different cultures too. Say, give me a French name, give me an Italian, give me whatever.
I didn't want to hear you ask her, what would you like to be called? I want to hear what she says.
Yeah. Why is this not like,
Yeah.
it's not one.
What's your, no, they'll say, well, I don't have a gender.
Actually, I do believe I've heard that before, that she has said something in relation. Hey, you look very sharp today.
Yeah, well, I need to get your vision checked.
I do wear bifocals, so that's a fair statement. Or trifocals now. I love Casey. Alex is like, you need to use Google Chrome and not Edge. So I've been trying to navigate. See, and I write Edge. That's why you guys can't take me anywhere. Okay. Can you tell I use her a lot? Oh, it still goes. It just goes. It goes. We'll go back up. Okay. Okay. If I were to give you a name, what would you like to be?
So because of Red Day, there's no social media class next week, is that right?
Hmm?
Because of Red Day, there's no social media class next week.
My classes are 1 to 4. It doesn't serve. Oh, no, I guess you're right. Damn, I thought it was like 5 to 7. See, you can tell. No, guess we're not. You're right. I take my look back of indignance in all hearts. Huh? What'd you say? babe?
Say what the question was, I was too busy trying
Oh.
to choose some conversation.
Yeah, social media class was every Thursday, Red Day is next Thursday, I'm just seeing if it was canceled. Class.
Synapse?
Lexi,
Let's.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We just had our intimate moment. Now she's ready breakfast. She's like, okay, oh man. I have so much fun with her sometimes.
So she told me, you like here, she.
No? Oh,
seems like you're calling you Lexi,
Yeah.
by that comma.
By the
Yeah,
last.
what can I,
by the
this
last
is,
next-
you today, let's see.
yeah, it is, but I asked her and she responded as such that, hey, my chat GPT's name is Lexi now.
Really?
Sounds like a stripper name, doesn't it? Sexy Lexi.
I like that.
I like it too, because when she wrote my bio, I literally, have you ever gone and had your, like, your palms read or did any of that, right? I go in and I take my stuff off. I don't go up with my husband, my kids, like, like always, how full of shit are you, right?
Yeah.
So I did the same thing with her when I had to rewrite my bio when I came over. And dude, I literally was reading, I was like, I don't like sweet nothings in my ear, by the way, but I was like, any day. We good. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna start a new one, and the reason why is because I'm gonna start this, this thing, and I'm having a hard time with it, okay? So we're gonna say, right, that like a top marketing expert who specializes in community outreach. Yes, I will misspell and I don't care. She deals with it. She knows me well enough. And community outreach programs. To back. Please give me a short social media post about me. And by the way, because I'm talking and typing and I'm here with you somehow, I want to talk and type at the same time. I apologize. At least y'all know what I'm talking. Okay, so May 9th, it's 1 p.m., right, please? To 5 p.m. to donate money. Oh shit, man, that's like Mom's Day too, around the same time, huh? Isn't Mother's Day around like May 10th? May
Well,
12th?
it's a 12th, it's a-
Mother's Day is the following Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They had to like extra ring this one in. I'm having a hard time with this and sorry guys. Cause it's so, okay, so blood or time for
I can't believe Mother's Day.
mamas who lost blood. Neighbor, I know. Please do not be graphic about blood. Okay. We'll just see what she says. Say, I can tweak her and tell her to do it. Okay, special community badge to support mamas who battle bravely during childbirth and lost too much blood, has trained not to go. But anyways, your contribution of blood before time could mean the world to these strong women and their families. Let's come together, spread some hope and love, sign up and donate or volunteer. Together we can make a powerful impact. In general, I'm okay with that. However, I'm gonna say
I wish ChatGPT was around when I was in school.
Right.
Yeah, God.
no,
That
do you
makes
know that
sense.
they have cracked down so hard on ChatGPT? They've got like analytics that like,
Can tell.
algorithm, sorry,
Use it.
that track like the
Certain words that they AI.
the schools are pushing it through the like a thing to say like, is this AI generated based? Yeah. Mhm.
We had something similar, but it was more for plagiarism.
Right.
Where
It's the same thing. It's just now it's not copying
Yeah.
directly out of a book. It's having
Exactly.
something else write it for you.
Back in my day, you just go to Smart Kid like $5.
Yeah.
Bag of chips.
$5.
$5 in bag.
$5 and a bag of chips. Oh my gosh, Aiden. I can't even with your face. I love you. You're so correct. Me up. Okay, so raw aggressive. Oh, humor. Okay. See, now, okay, need an excuse to sip some brunch and do something epic instead? We've got you covered. Join us on May 9th, 1 to 5, and let's make a splash by donating blood. Or time for mamas who've been through the ringer during childbirth. No need for flowery words, just roll up your sleeves and let's show some real guts. Who said saving lives couldn't be badass? Sign up now and let's make May 9th. See, that's something I would say. Did I not tell you to put my raw aggressive humor in there? Okay, so I know I need two, right? Because I want them different on both. So I'm gonna say now. Now, right, me a second one that is worded different. Okay. Oh, time to put your money where your mouth is, folks. I might change that line. We're rallying the troops for blood drive with a twist. We're talking about giving back to the mamas who fought tooth and nail during childbirth. Let's be real, they've lost more than blood than we've lost socks in the laundry. Or they've lost more blood than we've lost. Oh, gosh.
Really sensitive.
That's
Think
the
like a
point.
heretic.
So, see why we read ChatGPT.
Yeah. Get some of those images out of you.
Yeah, losing all those socks, you know.
Oh, man.
Pile, I just dumped everything sock down on the table this morning. Okay, don't be rude and. Absolutely. Okay, hosting a special event to support mamas who face challenges during childbirth. These incredible women deserve the utmost respect and support. Whether you donate or volunteer time or distribution, make a world of difference to them and everything else. That's enough. It's not my aggressive humor and stuff like that. She took all that right out. Apparently, if I'm not saying like, you know, thoughts versus cells and. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy it. I'm okay with it. I might, we'll see. Okay. Let me go back to my meta. Yeah. Plug and play. Oh, I don't want the absolute though. Okay. For Instagram. That one's younger, so I'll go ahead and use more aggressive of the two. So you guys realize that I'm literally posting twice, but I'm only posting once. Okay. I'm not gonna boost it right now. You saved as draft. Nope, I'm not, because I'm gonna post it now. Okay. So I'm just making sure everything looks good before I say like, hey, schedule this to go out. Okay, that looks fine to me. So scheduling option right here, it's kind of hidden, you guys. I would always recommend reading each one. Okay, if they make changes, you don't know what's in there. When you drop down, it'll kind of let you know more. So I want to schedule a time. Okay. Because our reach is, it can be similar on both. I'm going to go ahead and say. I'm thinking about what we have going on next week. So yes, no class Thursday. I'll address that. Okay, so then we'll hit Monday. Okay, and then I'm gonna have this one hit Tuesday. And I will schedule a second one because I want it, you know, I'll probably schedule a story to go. Actually, let's do that. Notice they're 2 days apart. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go schedule a story, right, which is different. That's the top thing, right, versus a post that goes in my newsfeed. And I'm gonna schedule it like this. Okay, which essentially means I just put 4 posts out, right? And I'm gonna do it just during this thing. And that's it. Okay, so let's get the story going and then we're almost done. We'll set you guys free. Oh, I got that meta business meeting. Okay. Okay, what do we see? Remember we started with our planner?
Cool.
Do you see that? Yeah. As you stack, if you were to do multiples, you would see them stack below each other, okay? And again, if I had an issue with one, I click on it and I'm in my edit phase, okay? So don't be afraid to just, you know, schedule and go. Okay, so now stories are a little bit different. Add a link. Okay, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna add a link to my story. That's gonna go straight to the registration page for the blood drive. Okay? That's super. Make it easy. Because what do we want to do? We want to drive them back to one place in which we can capture information, right? So let me pull this up real quick because I was on my phone. Oh. Okay. Okay, I emailed that to myself. So. And anyone lying or you guys judging me on 980, that never happens, okay? Emails. Like a dirty car, it looks like my emails. Okay, so I copied my link. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that bad boy in. All right. Schedule. What did I do? I went 6th and 8th, right? Okay, where's my active times? 7th is 3 p.m. Do you see that, what I'm doing? Do you see what it's telling me?
No, what's it telling you?
Okay, so right here, when I'm scheduling, you'll see this. Active times. Anyone think they know what that means?
Everyone goes active on social media.
On those days? Lunchtime, correct? Or no, that's. Isn't it?
Saturday, but it's lunchtime.
The lunchtime, right?
Yeah.
And then 3 p.m. on Tuesday.
Yep.
Okay, so what do I want to do?
Put it in front of them while they're at.
Mm-hmm. This one, though, I need it to go a lot earlier. Sorry, guys. Because we're start at 1. Always look at your stuff. Okay, now what do we see? My yellows are my stories, right? And what do you see here too? You'll see where it's being posted. Okay, so you know what I have a problem with? See what my goals?
You want to do a story, one on a post on one.
Do you want to know what's really cool? Didn't move over. But it's not moving, guys. I'm sorry. You're supposed to just be able to pull it back over. I'm gonna have to move my schedule around. That's fine. But you get the idea, right? So I did this showing you, if I just sat there and did it, probably would take me 10 minutes just to do four days worth of content for that event. We want to make it more than it is, right? I'd rather spend my time putting it as background or being with some people or something like that and doing a cute little video or whatever. Okay. Okay. I'm going to end it in here. You can do your reels out of here too, but I like to do them out on my phone. Questions? Anna, something? No? No?
Real simple navigation question. How did you jump to Meta from regular Facebook business? I get lost in, okay?
This goes to the meta, this goes to the meta, this is meta.
Okay.
There's kind of other things that will go straight to it as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, it's all in here. But this right here, the Meta Business Suite is where you would go to start. See, remember I told you it gives you. It's telling me what I need to do for my goals.
Mhm.
They were already preset in there, but I've been playing with it a little bit.
Will you look at mine? It's more like a flyer, and I'm just gonna send it out.
What do you mean?
My little flyers for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you have it right now? Send it to me.
I find the plan.
Email it to me right now.
Oh, okay, so how do I do that from here? This is where I'm at, like that.
What's the flyer?
It's just telling people about it. It's basic. I don't wanna do a lot of like crazy stuff, just basic.
So,
I'm trying to keep a little profile, but sort of not, because, you know, you never know. Just posting that we're doing it.
Favorite color, Lisa?
Well, obviously gingham.
Huh?
Gingham,
What's gingham?
that's our color for Bath and Body Works.
That is the color that I didn't
Uh-huh.
know it had a name.
Well, yeah, it's called gingham, blue and white checker, like a picnic.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep, gingham.
Yeah. And if you go to the plan.
I was just here to watch it.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh, you got good professional dashboard.
Where'd you go find all that stuff?
I'm in Canva.
Well,
What's it called? Ladies Night?
I just don't want them to think I have that product, right?
Nope. Watch.
Okay. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be good. Way better than my little stinking flyer.
Now, I would,
Just close, go back, just to your business. Go back to the Facebook there.
what's your address?
Study.
Let's see, hold on. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I know it by heart, I'm not kidding.
Okay,
Right. Go up to just Facebook.
okay, yeah.
All right,
I think it's 4250
And
West
then-
Hampton Way. Hold on, let me
then-
just check. 4250 West
just
Hampton
go
Way,
to your minutes.
Suite 400.
Where does it say? Cause mine,
Me and Anthem,
see, I'm,
Maybe you have a, maybe
A
I'm
unit
not
what?
updated.
Or
400.
try going home.
Sweet.
is it technically Phoenix or do they have
Yeah.
Anthem as a city or
Yes.
Huh,
town?
oh, that's strange stuff.
I say it's closed. Wow,
Because when I
they
get
caught up with
home,
themselves. There was no one open, I was like, really?
then I had, oh, down I have,
Well, I kind of
professional.
put like ladies,
I can go to my professional.
family, and everybody included night because guys go, so I can't go. I'm like, come on, really? Of course you can go, you know, but
Where did you
Okay,
put
yeah, that's fine.
interact?
4250. That's
How did you
Anthem.
get that?
Yeah,
When she was
Paul.
doing.
Okay. Sorry, this is so small. Do you guys have a good phone number?
yeah, 623-465-2897.
I was just looking at it, so was not. It is. Yes.
This is what I said, just basic. You need just basic
Yeah, 'cause mine
information,
should
like what it
reflect
is, the rest is.
Yeah, followers.
It's discount.
See,
Right.
mine was-
It's, I just
Read
wrote
what it says.
demos, drinks, homemade yummies, prizes and music.
It doesn't need to be on here. Oh my God, am I really that phone? Oh, yeah. Oops, that was not, that's not how you spell that. Spell that. And then Woody, we're just, the only thing I'm gonna put. Any prizes or just demos, you said?
Yeah, demos, prizes, snacks and drinks. I don't know if the music is gonna be there or not, so let's leave that off.
How people contact you.
Prices, yeah, you can tell I'm a real estate agent. You don't deal with prices. Demo,
Tomorrow
prizes, snacks.
from 5 to 6.
Okay. You said 5 to 6?
May 3rd.
How did you get the net privacy and settings?
Oh, what is that? May 3rd?
Friday, May 3rd.
May 3rd. 5 PM to
6 p.m.
It was here at the management. I wanted to see.
normally I would customize this way more, but.
Really, you don't just basic, it's a little cool.
Ian went to the phone. Refresh.
Please don't judge.
So how do
Pretty
you
sure this
get
is being
that
recorded, too.
program into this? Like, what
It's
do you
not
do?
in Facebook. I'm in a whole different program right now. It's called Canva.
And then I just download it and go get that and then I. copy
Yeah,
those.
it's
Okay.
free. However,
Well,
there's an advanced version.
Yeah.
And it's worth what is it, $115 now?
Okay. Annually or something?
Whatever.
Yes.
Well, you guys are listening, I'm all He said yes.
Okay, now we're gonna, this is stupid. We're gonna go to AI. Most of my images, I actually create on Canva. Okay, woman
Oh,
and
it's professional dashboard. At the very top, then there's the insight section, then it goes down to. Yeah. Right underneath that, there's insights, which is your content, audience. Then there's the section says build your audience. which is-
yes, you guys are seeing me use all the AI.
And that's where all the.
Why?
Invitations.
Why?
What did it say?
AI is in Canva as well.
Yeah, but it's images and videos. The videos aren't very good. Okay, so I just have to share this with you. I'm not trying to be inappropriate.
I was still,
But-
I was in meta.
There is nothing about this statement that is offensive or alludes to anything sexual.
But it says it does.
I'm gonna have to be real, I'm gonna rewrite it, but I'm gonna show you this. I was looking for a butt emoji for something, like an icon, just like a poop, because I was making fun of something.
Okay, yeah, that's under the professional bathroom thing.
I'm not even going any further. You can go to the third line down.
Wow.
It's all over. So I'm like, I can't put in that, but you have literally all the flaccid toys in there. Yeah, I mean, I was like, we might have a problem. So in case you didn't know that, if you got kids in Canva, okay, give me 1 minute, wait till, okay. Help me come up with oh, you know what?
Well, I usually don't even get that wording because people will just like,
This isn't wording, I'm creating an image.
no, I mean, it's just like invite, you know what I mean?
Okay, so but give me a woman in a white towel around. Maybe I need to take this out.
Or the king of town.
We win it. No. I thought I was so much closer. Okay, maybe it's just the word of body and her. That's what I'm thinking, you know? Right, after you said.
Yeah, that's, I'm back.
So I took anything body and cow out and all of a sudden,
I just grabbed it up.
There's a personality thrown on the floor.
Wow.
This, we.
Okay.
We put in
although she is giving me what I want. Okay, give me a real, because that was more artsy. That wasn't a realistic, realistic photo
Some people have talked to.
of a woman standing wrapped. Hoping that's very generic.
Interesting.
She's much happier to take that.
I should have some pictures.
And I'm afraid if I say full length, yeah, she's,
So that person, but she's a Utah originally, yeah. Well, they still love it, but they're racing.
how do you spell lotioning?
They have a post tomorrow and, should be probably in the Kentucky.
I thought it looks like it was spelled right.
Where are they?
Yeah.
The breakup box, yeah. But it's.
Or maybe lotion is,
And.
All the racetracks and stuff.
Yeah.
and this is why you also need to check
The
AI.
dad and brother.
First off, I-
Trained.
Ah,
He was a general, you know, all through the-
Wow.
I was liking that one.
Well, see, that's-
I'm good with just flowers or whatever, plants.
I don't know, we still had the bush dogs.
Oh, this one I
Yeah,
got some
but
extra.
that's a lot, I don't.
I'm gonna save that one because I've been saving all the AIs that. Sorry, that went by far. I think I'm gonna make a birthday card or an anniversary card for my husband.
That's hilarious.
My third, like,
They look up my talent.
And at one time,
poor guy's married to me. Okay, let's find something else. Let's find, okay, so clearly the woman's body is not gonna work.
Right, do you want a picture or you can just use that plant and be done?
You could if you wanted to, but
Well, since it's getting close to Mother's Day, what about like a bouquet? Flowers up there. I wish we could pull that bag. I've got this Mother's Day bag that we're selling where you can spend like 45, get it for 45.
oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah,
it might be.
yeah. You know, I don't know.
That would be really cute to post because that's,
At the, yeah. I have, that's Cowboy Marshall.
Yeah.
And we come the hero, all the guys that are real cowboys that are out in the docks. I was on Main Street, but and a couple guys from Eastern Oregon drove on to get to my city. And that's just it, there, see, they look at cows all year. And all the different get-ups and stuff.
Do you have a picture of lotion that maybe is your favorite one that's selling
Yeah, maybe
really well?
very
It would just take time to put the perfect sizing and I'm not gonna waste time.
just find that funny, she would have a picture of lotion
More-
Oh, yeah, good thing I've got a stock.
Well, you know, lotion, third leg, like, it's just like a whole thing over here, people.
Just like.
Plus I have 3 boys, I can't get away from any of that. The reason why I never have lotion.
I guess you just sign up for one home. Kenneth Conway.
Yeah, some guys.
That was a hard one.
Yeah, it was.
He's a tough one.
He's seen me present several times.
Oh, this one's pretty. Is this the current scent?
Crazy stuff, these guys are like $60,000.
This
Yeah.
one, Chasing Dreams?
yeah, that's really pretty.
Does it smell good?
Cause it smells really good. And it's actually, it looks like Mother's Day-ish.
Yeah, that's
We're
why I
pushing that this weekend.
Well, guess this is working out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Guys raised, in fact, I worked on a ranch that bordered
don't want to give me a real image.
from the
Awesome.
foot of the
I just got a gift idea for my sister's birthday.
big horns and.
You what?
I just got a gift idea for my sister's birthday.
The bag is really cute. It's $110 bag for $45. It's got all this.
That's adorable.
It's a really cool bag. Oh, that's, everybody does. Yeah, that's yummy.
Texan.
Body spray.
Which one? Oh, I don't have that anymore. Dang it. It is palm aloe. So what about like mahogany tea quarters? Do you know those? Those smell really good.
Okay, so this is really user friendly, I promise.
First one.
Just so you know. It's the program itself.
Bag. That's okay. Even though I'd be posting it. But it will be out. No, actually, it came out today. Yeah, that's cute.
Bam, done. There's your content piece.
I don't, how, you can send it to me? Are you gonna go find it?
Lisa,
This is thoroughbred.
Lisa, your email is different. What is it?
Lisa
I'm sure.
Neiman@kw.com.
My sister.
Why would you not be in my thing? Cause you're in my roster and I've emailed you multiple times.
That's probably the other one, the ML_.
That's what it is.
That's fine.
Remember,
I can go there too.
Philly sold 400,000.
that one. Yep, that's the one.
So then I'm going to
Record one. Now look at
get
this.
rid of all this.
Okay. Let me send this to you, and then now you've got it and off you go.
I'm gonna post it before I go. I know there's times and stuff like that, but this is probably a good time, because probably everybody, getting off soon, and they'll see it.
Yeah, 100%. It's like 4 o'clock-ish. Yeah, that's a good time. Okay.
There's like-
Any questions, folks?
This huge percent.
You know?
People always
Okay.
read theirs, but you just.
Enjoy transfer.